The PodAskew Podcast is a proud member of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network.
I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame.
We are the Super Media Bros Podcast.
Each week, we give a comedically informative take on movies,
Music,
television,
video games,
and much more.
Put your shades on and listen to all episodes on supermediabrospodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Yeah,
Shades on.
we're off.
Welcome everybody to FuMZAskew Gaming. I am CJ, and with me as always is my hetero life mate Rico, and now here's your host, Fumes. Welcome everybody to FuMZAskew Gaming. I am CJ.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man. We're getting an echo somewhere, though.
All right, guys.
What's going on, guys?
Welcome to Fumes Plays
Welcome.
Batman with PodAskew.
Yeah.
We have
Good.
CJ in the house, as well as
All right,
his
guys.
hetero life
Fumes.
mate Rico. What's going on, guys?
Hey guys.
What's going on? Wow.
Not much, man. I'm excited for this. Super excited for this. This is different.
Totally. What's up, Henry? Henry's already here, Rico. Check that out.
Damn, some fucking love from England.
Yeah, the Brits are here.
The British have come.
Yeah, right? Oh man, dude. This is crazy, Rico. We've never been live before. I'm shitting my pants. I ain't gonna lie.
Are you wearing your trusty PodAskew diaper?
Yes.
Okay.
Available at TeePublic. No.
It is now.
Right? So, hey man, Fumes, what's going on? Thanks for having us on. We appreciate you,
Thank you for making this happen, man. I'm just gonna be eating my tacos while we talk.
Dude, no worries. I'm glad you and I have been talking about doing something like this for months now. So I'm glad we're finally found a way to make it work. So, I think the plan was to have you on PodAskew, but I think this is a much better way to pull it off, honestly, you know?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true, Rico. That's true. So, first off, man, what do you think of, well, I know you're a fan of the show. You told me you listen from time to time, so we appreciate that.
Of course.
I know, I'm trying to remember where you first picked up, which episode you first picked up, because I remember you told me, but now I'm kind of blanking on it.
I think the first one, I remember it distinctly. It was the episode where Rico was taking Jay and Silent Bob to Hogwarts.
Oh God, that was a good one.
Great. I loved it. That was good, man. I really enjoyed that.
That was a good one.
Conversation between me and Henry, actually.
Yes, it was.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I needed a Brit to like bounce off like British literature off of.
Yeah.
But so for our audience, Fumes, they've heard us talk about you because we've brought you up multiple times, and I think we even played like 10 seconds of a clip of one of your streams, or two of them actually, because I think we did the one with Nepfumes, and then we did another one of, I forget what you were doing. The point was it was the first time you debuted the PodAskew sweatshirt you're wearing. It was that stream, whatever. That was a Mario Maker one, but it was Soda Bro, when you gave love to, you featured all of Soda Bro's levels, I think.
Oh, that's right. It was a viewer appreciation stream for Soda.
Right. So, but for our audience, tell them a little bit about yourself. How did you get into this? What brought you to sitting in front of a camera and playing video games for people?
I mean, I've always been a gamer. Just in general, like gaming is something that I've done since I was a kid. Obviously, who hasn't, you know? But like it just stuck with me. It was something that I did growing up, like with friends and family, like, you know, and so getting older and like just kind of like getting, you know, like a normal 9-to-5 job and just kind of, you know, I was like, all right, cool. This is cool. But like, how awesome would it, like, it just, even as a kid, I was just like, how awesome would it be to get a job, you know, on like playing video games, you know? Obviously it's like, it always sounds far-fetched, right? Like, you're like, yeah, that's never going to happen. And then people are like, become a tester. And I'm like, no, if you become a tester, you're just doing very tedious work, doing the same thing over and over again. It's boring. I was like, I want to be able to play video games and get paid for it. And back in the day, before like, you know, streaming was a thing, like it got to the point to where it was just like, that's never going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Up until now.
Yeah.
And so in this sense, like, to be honest, it's not even about like making money off of this. It's more so about, I don't know, like it's definitely upped my positivity in life. I feel like it's I was in a bad place before I started streaming, and not like very terrible, but just I was in a slight depression. Just, I felt like there was like I kind of hit rock bottom, kind of, and obviously other people have, probably have had worse, but for me, it was like my lowest point, and I was like, I don't know what I can do to make this better. So one thing that I always had in mind was streaming, but it never, that idea never really came to me. It was more so like, I kind of like stumbled upon it. And the way that I stumbled upon it, I saw a YouTube video. I was just looking up, I always look up tutorials on YouTube.
Sure.
And I just came across a Mario Maker, video clip. And it was like a 45-minute video clip. And I was just like, I'll play the video and check it out for a couple minutes. The video was just like impossible level, like crazy, whatever, the clickbait type of stuff, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But it in fact was a really fun video to watch. Like I was like, all right, I'm going to watch this for like 5 minutes. I woke up early to get ready for work. So I had ample time, and I'm like laughing. I'm like cracking up. This guy has like a great personality. His name is Ryukar, by the way. He's a pretty big, Mario Maker streamer. And by the time I knew it, like the video was over. And then I go back and I'm just like, wait, how long was this video? This video was 45 fucking minutes long. I'm like, what am I doing watching this dude for 45 minutes? And it occurred to me, I'm like, my whole outlook on people streaming before I actually saw this guy stream, I was like, why do people want to watch other people play video games? Like, why? I could play the game by myself. I can enjoy it. And I realized on that video itself that it was more so about interacting with the person. And I mean, obviously this was a uploaded video, so it wasn't live, but
right. I
saw how he was interacting with the people, and I saw how he was, interacting with, like, just seeing his reactions to the levels that he was playing, it was very entertaining. So I just feel like streaming is now like a new form of entertainment for people.
Oh, for sure. So
that's kind of how it stemmed, that's where the idea came from. And a couple months later, I gathered all the, doohickeys, all the, tech equipment that I needed to like get it rolling. And I had most of the equipment. It was more so just, making it happen.
Yeah, no, and that's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that. It occurred to me before we go on that we haven't really explained to the audience what's happening here, because normally at this point you already got a game going and they're just looking at the starting soon screen. So thank God you're on camera, or they'd be like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Watching this, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we're just doing a quick talk with Fumes, because we've never really introduced him to our audience. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing the Batman Arkham Knight game and discussing the Arkham series. But we're also going to talk gaming in general. And to the people in the chat room, we would love to do like an AMA. So if you have questions for Fumes, me, Rico, PodAskew as a whole, whatever, bring them on. Bring them in. We want them. So games are coming probably sooner than later. But I just wanted to do that real quick, do a quick intro with you, Fumes. Anything you want to ask us before we get started?
There's a couple of things that I'd like to ask. What made you guys want to start a podcast?
Should I take this one, Rico? Because
we've done this. We've done the story many times, but CJ, by all means, you probably know it by rote at this point.
Yeah. Well, so basically, what it is, I had a show before PodAskew from 3 years ago or so that just went defunct, as shows do. And Rico and I are both huge fans of Kevin Smith's, and he's got this mentality that he calls "why not," meaning just why not do something? Why not record a podcast? Why not what?
Which I call "fuck it," because it's just fuck it. Let's make it interesting. This can go bad. This can go great. Fuck it. Let's see what happens.
Exactly. No, I agree. That's my mentality too. It's more so it's like, if you don't attempt to, you'll never know.
Right. So I had the show that went defunct wasn't because of me, for lack of a better word, and so I missed doing podcasts. I started to get the bug again, and so we're both part of a fan page called The World of Kevin Smith, and I just put a post up in general that said, "Hey, listen, I want to stream again, or I want to podcast again. Does anyone want to co-host with me?" And several people responded through DMs and whatever. And all of them had great ideas. So if any of them are watching, which I don't know if they are, but if any of them, well, you know, they had great ideas, but Rico just hit me with this, like, he said, look, I have a YouTube channel, because he had a channel. Tell him about Rico's Rants real quick.
Well, actually, Fumes, I can take a little inspiration from what you were saying about being depressed and going through a low part in your life.
Yeah.
I started developing, I already had depression, and I also get very severe migraine headaches. Okay. And so, but I also had anxiety sort of leak into my life, and I never had it, or at least I had never really been aware that these minor anxiety attacks were actually becoming a thing. Yeah. So I knew I liked to talk, and I knew I was at least mildly knowledgeable about movies and movies that I knew. I would never pretend to be an expert about a movie I didn't know or hadn't seen.
You won't?
Fuck off. Usually when I recommend a movie, I've seen it. I'm not going to, because I also work, like, I'm a Randall. I work at a video store. Like, there is one still left in the Bay Area, and I'm the manager of the video store. So my policy is I don't recommend movies that I've never seen. If someone says, is this good? I'm not even going to say I've heard it's good, because that's me using someone else's opinion. I'm like, well, what do the critics say? That's all I can tell you. Right. The most I'll do is I'll bring up a trailer. I'll be like, oh, you want to see a trailer? Here's a trailer for the movie.
Well, that's very kind. Yeah, that's awesome.
So that being said, my anxiety started getting a little bad. I was also in a pretty stressful relationship, and I started just sitting in front of a camera, talking about movies and smoking and occasionally drinking. So then it became this almost nightly ritual, which will actually help me get to sleep. And then it just became this thing. And I wasn't looking for viewers. I wasn't looking for subscribers. It was just my own form of self-therapy. I could give less of a fuck who was watching. It was my own medicinal purposes. I wasn't going to drugs. I wasn't really drinking, and I wasn't taking antipsychotics. Yeah. It was just, let me talk about my this movie for like 20, 30 minutes and then conk out.
Yeah, you escape it, man, for sure.
Yeah. I've always felt comfortable in front of a camera or on stage. I would do high school plays and shit like that. So I was always kind of a performer. But this was just the easiest therapy session I ever had, because I didn't have anyone to tell me what I already knew about myself. Sure. Right. Because I'm really not that difficult. Like, I'm not that type of person that you'll look at him and be like, I wonder what he's thinking. Like, I'm pretty fucking vocal about my thoughts. I'm like a verbal mood ring.
For sure. Okay.
So that being said, it just, all I did, like CJ's right, all I did was send him a video, and I just done like a whole week of Peter Pan movies, and I was like doing Hook and Peter Pan, and I watched the fucking Christopher Walken live Peter Pan show, and it was really weird.
For sure, I can imagine.
And it's really sad to watch too, because he's like forgetting his lines and shit, and he's like trying to dance and trying to sing. He's like, Pam, bastard! Fuck, I forgot my line. Like, it's really bad.
That's
so
good.
Long story short, which, you know, we're going to be here for a long time, so there's no such thing as a long story short here, but
for sure,
I sent him a video and I said, this is what I do. And that's all I pretty much said. It was basically, take me or leave me. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, Rico, can I jump in? Which is
how I got my girlfriend.
What is how you got Stephanie? Yeah, Fumes. I just got a message saying that they can barely hear us. Is the chat room? Can you tell us if they can? How's the sound, guys?
Let me check and let me see if I can turn up the volume somewhere.
I mean, you guys can't hear me.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how else I would be able to turn up the volume.
Well, I don't know that we need to. That's why I want to make sure it's not an overall thing or just a one-off thing.
I don't know if this will help or what. I'll turn it up this way, so we'll see. So hopefully that works. But
anyway, I'm sorry, buddy. Go ahead. So yeah, well, do you mind if I pick up where you left off? Because that's
please.
So yeah, so he sends me the video of him doing Rico's Rants, and I went and checked it out, and I was like, that's the guy. You know, like that seemed perfect to me. You know, like he was just a good guy. I knew I could bounce stuff off, and so we had a phone conversation like 2 days later or something.
Yeah.
First.
Well, you wanted to kind of keep things because I'm open. So I just said, here's my number. Just fucking text me.
Yeah. Like day one.
Yeah.
You know, so
my logic was if he's going to steal my fucking identity, I just feel sorry for you then.
Basically. And here we are. So we, you know, and that was going almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in May. Star Wars Day actually is 2 years.
Wow.
Sure. May the 4th be with you.
Yep.
May the 4th be with you as well.
Steph says something. Hey, Fumes, what you eaten before playing Batman? What's your fuel tonight? And also, CJ and Rico are a little more quiet compared to Fumes. Whatever you just did helped. Okay, good.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Thank you.
I put the volume up on my computer. Thank you very much for that, guys. I appreciate the chat input. Stephanie, I am eating smoked brisket with like a little couple goodies like some cilantro and some cebolla and some delicious mac and cheese with some breadcrumbs. It's real good.
There you go. Listen, to all the people in chat, this is a big thing for me and Rico. It really is. Fumes, this is your daily...
Me.
This is daily for you. Well, it's big for you, but I mean, you're used to being up here doing this. Share this with everybody. I will pay your share jail bail. Just go for it.
Share jail bail.
But tonight, what we decided to bring together, because it's a little bit of our show and a little bit of your show, Fumes, is we're going to do Batman. So why don't you fire up Batman Arkham Knight, and we'll keep talking as we go, and it may not all be Batman-centric, but let's at least get moving here and give something for the people to watch besides our ugly mugs. So
let's do it. Let me switch over. All right. So you guys should be able to see me now. I might be a little smaller, but I should be okay.
You look good on my end. I got the stream up on my side, so you look fine. I just don't have the sound on. That's why I couldn't tell.
That's weird that it's telling me press X to start, and I'm pressing X and it's not working.
Then your controller may not be synced?
Controller options. I don't even know what requires game launch. Okay.
I want to say hi to my friend Kat. She said hello earlier, but we were in the middle of our story. So, hey, Kat. Hope you're enjoying so far.
Wait, it says configuration support for the PlayStation 4 controller is disabled. PlayStation 4 controller configuration support must be enabled in Steam's main controller settings. Support for this. Well, let's see if I can do that real quick.
Okay.
So we might have to, let me back out of the game. Exit game. I might have to do...
I understood that as do not pass go, do not collect the $200. Go to jail, go directly to jail.
Does anyone in the chat room have questions for Rico or I while we're waiting for the game here?
What is going on?
And I'll just give you out the answer quick. No, I would not fuck a sheep.
Hey, Rebecca.
Yeah, tell them.
Don't fuck a sheep.
But I would fuck a sheep if I was a sheep. There we go.
You had to go. Him, of all the characters in that movie, that's where you went?
You know, he actually made that reference recently, so...
Did he? I must have missed that.
Because you weren't there. I was there.
Oh, you mean at the live thing. Well, fuck you. I don't live in Oakland, so...
Fuck you. If you lived in Oakland, we'd be sitting next to each other, bitch.
I think I'm better off where I am.
I don't think even if you and I had an apartment together, we could afford Oakland. That's how poor we are.
No, yeah, that's true. I don't know that we could afford New Jersey.
Andrew, you said...
Can you guys go scroll up and read Andrew's comment? He had a pretty good point. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, no, let me see it. Andrew, we're looking for it, buddy. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. It's not just about interaction, it's about the spectacle of watching someone accomplish seemingly insurmountable feats. Consider, too, some of your viewers can't match your skill level, be it lack of aptitude or physical impairment, so they play vicariously through you. Andrew, that's a very good point, actually, and that brings me to something I was going to talk about later, Fumes, but I think it's a good transition. So I have a disability that is akin essentially to cerebral palsy, and as a result, it does make gaming difficult for me sometimes. Especially if you can't, awesome, I see that. or did you not get it? It looked like you got it.
It works.
All right,
yeah.
good.
I thought you were going to say you have a disability. You're a podcaster.
Well, I have that disability, so I got 2 disabilities, I guess. But anyway, the bigger one is that controllers can be difficult for me to, and especially if you can't button map. Like Fumes, right now I'm replaying The Last of Us because the first time I played it, I didn't like it, honestly.
It's a game, man.
Look, I'll say this. It's, now that I'm playing through it again, and for whatever reason I'm having an easier time with it, it's not a bad game. I'm actually really enjoying it, but I'm not seeing this masterpiece that everyone else sees. And maybe that's a debate for another day, but I'm not.
Wait, I think so. I think you have to complete. Have you ever completed the game?
No, I'm working on it right now for the first time. So.
Okay, so this will be your first time.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is wait until that's completed, because once that story is completed, you're gonna think differently. At least in my opinion, right?
Okay. All right. Well, then maybe that's true.
We'll talk about it when you're done with it.
But I will say, sorry, Rico, real quick, that the game, the mechanics of the game itself are very difficult for me. Like, for example, you have to hold L1 to run, and you can't remap the controller, and that for me, because my left hand is my affected hand. Andrew, to your thing, first off, cheers to you, not for having cerebral palsy, but for just going through life and dealing with it, because I know what that's like. So cheers to you for being here and having fun. But, you know, it's hard for me to hold that button and to run. And there are instances where you have to run from the creatures, like the clickers. If you're familiar with the game, Fume, so you know what I'm talking about. Those clickers are no joke. So
yeah. Oh, sure, yeah.
But yeah, so there's that. Not to change. Yeah, there you go, Andrew. I hear what you're saying, man. Like, I don't have my controls I have a little more flexibility, but yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. If you can't remap those controls, it can be real difficult.
For sure.
Just wanted, not to get off topic, but I saw Justin Sensei Cells in the house, so he gave us some love. So, got it.
What's going on, homie?
Yeah.
What's up, Justin? I'd like to say I love this game. I love Arkham Knight. I love all the Arkham games. Yes, I even love Arkham Origins. But for my own personal, that's awesome moment is the part that we just saw where the Joker's getting cremated. It's playing Frank Sinatra, I've Got You Under My Skin.
Amazing.
And Sinatra's my boy. So, to see the Joker being cremated to Frank in the background made me absolutely wet.
Okay. Jesus. And this is PodAskew. Welcome.
All right. There's one more question, and I think Steph already answered, but Brianna, you asked if, first off, CJ doesn't live in the Bay. I do.
Yeah.
And I did go to the Fox Theater in Oakland, and that is, for the most part, all I will say about it. Because if you want to find out more, you have to find out more on another episode of PodAskew.
Yes, that's coming soon. Justin Sells, I have a beer coming out in a little bit, so I will drink with you, my friend. Just give me time.
I am drinking coffee.
Because you should. But, yeah. I'm having a lot of delay on the stream, so I apologize to anyone in the chat room if I'm having trouble seeing questions.
I'm trying to see if I can get my headset going so I can actually hear the game, because I'm sure you guys can you do me a favor? Can you check to see if you can hear it on your side?
The game, sure. Yeah, 1 second. I got to refresh the screen, but...
You want me to refresh the screen?
No, I got it. I'm taking care of it. You just do you.
Check to see if the game sound is working. Because, and I want to make sure that it's not too high. As a matter of fact, I could check on my end. What the heck am I doing?
Hold on. I don't know if the audience can.
Man, Justin's got a 6-pack. I got a keg.
Because and I want to make sure that it's.
Hey, I got some beer too, so we can definitely hit up some beer.
What am I doing?
No,
I'm not hearing any game sound, Fumes.
Not at all, really? No game sound?
No.
Rebecca says it's very faint.
Okay, so then if that's the case, then I have to turn the game up. I turned it down because I didn't want it to overpower. So we can definitely hit up some beer. So I didn't want it to be over. So guys, I just turned up the game sound up.
Okay.
So let's do some quick troubleshoot just to make sure everything's good.
Hey, live TV.
Not for fucking nothing, but like, if you want to listen to the game, why are we here?
Well, no, it's good to have a little bit of sound in the back. Don't be like that.
Yeah.
What? Hey, listen.
Yeah, see, they just took the game sound off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I can't hear the game, so I'm gonna have to put subtitles on so I can at least know what I'm supposed to be doing next.
I thought the subtitles are on.
What? I got an idea.
Yes.
I got an idea. There we go.
Our social media director Rebecca's here. What's up to Rebecca over in England, by the way? And Henry, if he's still here.
Our very own Harley Quinn and Batman, ironically enough.
You heard that, right, Fumes? You heard Batman Alone, our pod play?
Yes, I did. It was great. That voice acting was awesome. It was amazing, guys.
Rebecca, who's in the chat room, was Harley Quinn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hello, Rebecca.
So different than Becky, because I know you know my friend Becky, too. They're two different people here. So.
Gotcha.
And Henry was the writer and was also Batman and Alfred and...
Director.
He was the guy who kept saying Master Dick and made me gaggle.
Brianna, if we're taking it too far, I apologize just now. I don't know if that was in jest or not. Tone get lost in chat, but I apologize. So
Rebecca said, "Hey, Puddin', you think this is an appropriate time for me to do my Joker?"
It's never an appropriate time for you to do your Joker, but you're going to do it anyway, so...
Oh, hello, Harley. How are you tonight?
Oh, dear.
Nice, that's good.
So,
you guys are fun.
Hey, we try, man. This is what we do on PodAskew. The only difference is we're not live, and I can edit out the real stupid parts.
Yeah, which is why, as much as I talk, I'm only talking for like 20 minutes.
Oh, shut up. So...
Oh, I do hear the game sound. Okay, hold on. The game sound is coming through.
Is it? Okay. I got the sound down again, so.
There you go. There's the game sound. I hear it.
I keep freezing.
I'm just shooting people. Oh, no.
No, you better not be shooting people. You're Batman.
Wait.
Batman doesn't have a gun.
You're not Batman. You're a cop.
Hey, you're not Batman in the beginning. You're what?
You're a cop.
You're a cop. Yeah, you're a police officer.
All right.
Tactical.
There you go. We can hear it.
All right. So since the whole plan was to talk Batman, let's start with Arkham Asylum. That game broke ground for comic book video games by a long shot.
It really did. I feel like that game pushed a lot of boundaries, and I think it did a really great job of giving you all kinds of side quests. Like, there was a lot to do in that game that even after completing the game, you still wanted to continue, like, you wanted to 100% the game. It's one of those replayable games.
It is, and it's one of the few that I've actually 100%ed Fumes. Like, I'll go back and do that replayability that you're talking about, but very rarely will I 100% something, and that was one of the few that I've done it on.
Yeah, for sure. Have you played these games too, right, Rico?
I played them all. Yeah, I have Asylum, City, Origins on my PS3, and then I have Arkham Knight on my Xbox One.
Wait, Rico, Fumes, according to the chat, the game sounds overpowering us.
See, that's what I thought. Okay. So there you go. So I turned down the game sound to hopefully not. So I'll need people to like kind of
gauge it.
I just changed it. I lowered it like maybe by like 30-40% for the actual game sound.
Okay.
All right, let's do a test. Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, that's the key.
Yes, that's the important part is hearing CJ and Rico, and then
and you.
Sure, obviously. Well,
and
yeah,
you.
But like being able to hear a bit of the actual background game. Like you don't have to hear it completely to the T because it's not like we're gonna dive deep into it and we need to like see the entire story. But it's more so to talk about the game itself and
right.
What you enjoy about it.
I'm hearing they're saying much better, so I think we're good. Actually,
Rebecca turned on.
Yeah,
it's a more.
You got it.
Okay, there you go. So I turned it up. Barely, but I can hear them. I've turned their mics up. I don't know exactly what I can do on my end to turn their mics up.
Yeah, I mean, I can't turn this up that much more either.
I can yell more.
No, yeah.
if there was something that I could do on my end, I would totally do it. But I don't think I can. There you go. Sounds good now. Good.
Okay, good. Excellent. Cool. Sorry, everybody. Thanks for working with us. We appreciate the feedback. Now I know what it's like to sit on your side of this thing.
Yeah. So for those, I don't know if you guys heard, but he had asked me if I liked the Arkham games. Yes, I played Arkham. I have all the Arkham games just on different game systems. Yeah, I've always been a big fan. I liked Arkham Asylum a lot, but I always liked Arkham City more. But I think I'm going to have a little controversial comment, but I think Arkham Origins has one of the best fight scenes in all the games.
Oh, it totally does. Are you talking about the Deathstroke boss battle? Oh, yeah. That Deathstroke boss battle in Origins might be one of the best boss battles I've ever had in any game, period. Like, it's an amazing boss battle.
Talk louder, CJ and Rico. Just yell.
I think she's kidding. Honestly,
you don't know what you're fucking asking. Right?
Yeah, don't tell Rico to yell, please.
So. Why does Batman look like he's got lip gloss on?
It's a stylish night, dude. Leave him alone.
Okay.
Hey, Rebecca, is that better? She said it sounds like I'm too far away from the mic. Does that better?
Put your mouth on the mic, dude.
Yeah, I usually do.
Put your mouth on the big black thing in front of you.
Oh, stop it.
It's terrible. The worst.
No, it's funny because the first time we had Steph on, Fumes, we lost you there, buddy. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
What just happened?
I think you turned off your camera for us. You're still on stream, but yeah.
Can you see me now or no?
No.
Oh, wow. I don't know what I did, but I think it was the...
That's all right.
Turn your camera off on Skype and turn it back on.
Yeah, do it that way.
It's weird. Okay, hold on. Let me try and fix it. I have to fix it over here.
Yes, Steph, that is an inside Joan.
You're terrible. That's your own girl, man. Don't do that.
I'm looking right at her.
I know you are. And I'm surprised I haven't seen her smack you yet on camera.
Because there are things that are not on camera that she could be smacking.
Oh, stop it! Don't take it that far. We might be mature chat, but there's still a limit here, buddy.
Back.
You're back.
Can you guys see me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
I hit the USB. That's my bad. Okay.
That's all right. So, getting back to your thing, though, Fume, that boss battle with Deathstroke is crazy good. Like, there's so many different elements that go on in that boss battle, and it's just so much fun.
I couldn't tell you. I played the first two. Here, so somebody said, Brandon said, you're using Skype. You should be able to Skype app. More options. Let's see. Audio and video settings. Let's check it out. Microphone. But see, I can do, maybe I'll do it on, how do I do it with your guy? You guys.
If you turn up the speakers, turn up the speakers, I think, on yours, Fumes.
The speakers is already up all the way.
Oh, yes. Okay. I don't know then, because I'm on Skype. I'm looking at my Skype too, and yeah,
everything's all the way up. Everything's at 10 for me.
Here, hold on. I can turn my mic up a little bit and see if that makes a difference. How's that for everybody now? And that should affect Rico too. Actually, maybe we'll see.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I mean we can hear you. Yeah, like I said, my settings for Skype are like all the way up. There's really not much I can do.
All right.
Now I can hear the game on my side.
Okay, I think the sound is all good. Now I can hear everyone and the game a little bit. That's from Brianna, so there we go.
Okay,
cool. Hey, Justin, you actually titled a episode. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Cells. I didn't realize you were listening like that. I appreciate that, buddy. Have you listened to any other episodes, or is that the only one you heard?
That's so awesome, man. Yeah, I appreciate the Fumes gaming community, also checking you guys out, and showing you guys some love and support, man.
Well, that's one of the
the content.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things I wanted to do in the interview, and honestly, I just forgot before we got into the game. But dude, you've built a community. You Fumes are the catalyst for a whole community of people right now. And I don't think you give yourself enough credit between crossing streams, stream dreams, and influencing like 5 or 6 different streamers to start doing this. That came from you, man.
I can definitely see it, but I don't like saying like I did this because I can't do anything by myself, you know?
Well, no, but I agree, but you, much like Kevin Smith was for us, you were the catalyst. They did it. You're right. Give them the credit where it's due, and I agree with you 100%. But you're the catalyst to bring this together, you know?
Yeah, for sure. No, like, I appreciate like the community, all the people that have like been like, you know, like blessed to like be, you know, kind of connected with. And I feel like, you know, I appreciate everyone for what they've done, especially like just giving me the chance to like, you know, put myself out there, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But then what really impressed me, so let me tell your audience how I found you, because, you know, you and I have talked, Fumes, and Rico and I have talked about it, but I don't think it's ever been put out in public. I was just messing around on Facebook one day, and I had watched someone else's level on Luigi Maker or Mario Maker, and it was just like it wasn't like a stream like you do. It was like a 4-minute clip like you were talking about with Ryukar, you know, but it was a short one. And you know how after you watch that one, and then it says on the right-hand side, hey, up next, or you might want to see this?
Yeah.
One of your streams, like one of your VODs came up, and I turned that on, and I watched, like, the whole thing. I think it was like an hour. Like, it was one of your early, because you do them longer now, but I think it was one of your early streams. And I just loved the interaction, and so I started following you, exclamation point, follow, or notify. Just, you know, help you out there, Fumes. But, you know, I did that, and I've been following you since, and I think I'm up to 147 days or something like that, I think, which I cheated myself out of like 10 days, but that's beside the point.
You did it yourself, CJ.
I did. So.
You just wanted to hear the Mega Man music.
I did. I wanted to Mega Man, and I lost 10 days out of it. It's not fair.
It's okay, man. I know your true followage, man. I really do.
No, I appreciate it, man. And same to you, man. I know you've been listening to PodAskew basically since like the first week or so that I've been interacting with you, I think, you know? So.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, so
getting
back to the game though, so Rico, you said the Deathstroke was your favorite boss or your favorite fight in the game, right?
I say it's definitely the best fight in the series, but there's some good ones too. One of my all-time favorites is the very brief fight in Origins between him and Electrocutioner, where you think it's gonna be this epic boss battle, and then Batman just punches him once and it's done.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a weird battle. Sorry everybody, I'm having technical issues on my end. It is a weird boss battle, but I wouldn't even call it a boss battle. It's like almost like a mini boss.
It's really just this. It was a joke, you could tell from the developers. They were like,
the devs,
we're gonna make you think this is gonna be an epic ass fight, and it's just like, boom, done.
Yeah.
The only thing, if I had a real complaint about Origins, it's that they didn't keep the same voice actors as they do for the first two and the fourth one.
Well, true, but obviously they wanted. I will say this: the guys they got sounded like younger versions of Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. They did very good jobs.
And if I'm right, and I'm going to check for you right now, but I think Troy Baker did Batman.
Troy Baker did Joker.
Oh, did you Joker? Okay.
Yeah. And that's why if you hear the Hamill Joker and it's not Hamill, it's Troy Baker.
Right. He's really close with his. I've noticed that. Yeah.
It's a younger interpretation, which I like. I mean, Hamill's Joker obviously is my favorite Joker, but
sure,
Heath Ledger's is great. Jared Leto, no. But But
we've talked that to death. Let's not.
Yeah. But if you're going to have a Joker voice, it should be Mark Hamill. If you're going to not be Mark Hamill and do a Joker voice, it should at least sound like Mark Hamill, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. So you're not cool with having the different versions of Joker with different sounds?
That's not true. I just think that Mark Hamill is the de facto.
Right.
But for a long time, it was Jack Nicholson for me. And then it was, once I actually realized Mark Hamill was, fucking Luke Skywalker was the Joker in the animated series.
It's cool. Yeah. It's a thing to know.
I appreciated that more. And then I actually think an underrated one is John DiMaggio's from Under the Red Hood.
Yeah. I agree.
I thought his was so damn good.
I assume that's an animated movie.
Yes.
Yeah. It's ironically enough, it's sort of like Arkham Knight in its own way. For those who have seen Under the Red Hood and have played Arkham Knight, don't spoil it for him. But it's got the same type of ending and shit. But it's John DiMaggio. For those who don't know, John DiMaggio is the guy who plays Bender on Futurama.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he did a really good I could try to do an impression of it. It's wow, that looked like it really hurt. But he's like beating Robin with a crowbar. He's just like, oh, and all right, bedtime is at 9, and don't forget to tell the old man I said hello. He's got a very different laugh, which is, for anyone doing a Joker voice and doing it different than Mark Hamill, the laugh is the hardest thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the laugh is definitely a very iconic laugh. Joker's laugh.
I struggled with my laughs in the Batman Alone. I had such a hard time doing it.
You did good with it, buddy. I give you a lot of hard time because it's fun, but you really nailed it out of the park, man. You really did a great job with that performance.
Appreciate it. Okay, Justin, Comic-Con Omelet was probably my second favorite episode.
That was a crazy episode too.
Yeah, they all kind of are in their own way.
They are.
Hey man, if you're trying to familiarize yourself with PodAskew, that's what we're here for. Ask us anything.
Please.
If you want a recommendation of our favorite episodes, we'd be happy to give them to you.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is just watch them from beginning to middle.
That's true. I will tell Justin Sells because I know he likes to throw a few back. He partakes. New Year's Eve, New Askew's Eve, both 2018 and 19. 18, I got drunk. 19, Rico got drunk. So it's you wanna listen to that because listen, Fumes. You want to listen to somebody faceplant themselves. 2018 is the one because I just got wrecked, and right around 10 minutes after midnight, I fell off a cliff, and it's bad. To use your parlance, I'm the worst because it was bad, dude. I got really messed up. So
it started out as hey, we're going to go into the new year, and then it became, all right, we're ending the old year with an intervention.
There's a part on the recording that I left on there where Rico and Steph are telling my fiance to feed me chicken nuggets because I needed food. That's how bad I was.
And this drunken motherfucker was like, nah, fuck you guys. All right, dude. We're just damn fucking Ivy.
Yeah, right.
What the hell?
Hey, Ivy.
It's looking like a snack, dude.
Where's the sound coming from? I hear game sound.
I don't know. Maybe
that's probably coming from me.
All right, no worries.
Is it bad?
No, it just popped through for a split second, so I'm just curious.
Hearing Kevin Conroy is never bad.
No, never bad. Well, see, and so so Fumes, I have another friend, Mark, who is a friend of the show and also a streamer. He streams on Twitch, which is one of the reasons why I give you such a hard time about Twitch, because it's just that I know you don't care and you don't want to, and I honestly don't care if you don't, but I just like to give you a hard time. It's fun. But he goes on there, and I was on his stream last night, in the chat, and we were talking about tonight, and I was telling him we were doing Arkham Knight and how this game, more than any of them, is a real dive into Batman's psyche. I don't think you've seen it quite yet, but there's a point where you really just get into like the psyche of Batman, and it's crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I might end up like after this podcast or this stream, I think I might end up like playing this over again, like completely playing the game. Like if not like all of the games over again.
It's dude, they're well like I started to say, you know, this is the first Batman or even comic book video game, not the first, probably the second to actually succeed, because Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 2 was a really good game as well. But this is the first Batman one to hit, because even the one for Super Nintendo, which was okay.
Oh, the 2D platformer?
Yeah, the old school based on the Batman 89 movie, you know, was not terrible. No, it was actually really pretty good for what it was, but then you had a run of just terrible Batman games until you got to the Lego Batman, which were okay. But they were okay.
Some pretty decent Batman games.
What's that?
There were some decent Batman games.
Like what?
Before Lego Batman?
Like the ones that were for Sega Genesis. What was it? What was it called?
Oh, it's so memorable.
No, I don't remember the names of the Batman games, but I remember playing them. They were multiplayer too.
I'm gonna guess it had Batman in the title, but there was one that was like they made a Batman Beyond game, and that was fucking awful.
It was. It really was.
Not that one. Batman Beyond, no way.
Yeah. It was Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, and it was bullshit.
I can imagine.
That was bad.
Batman Beyond was dope, though. I like Batman Beyond, like in general, as a cartoon, you know.
Right.
Actually, Rico and Fumes, you may not have heard the episode. We actually casted a Batman Beyond the movie. If they'd ever made it, we casted one on an episode of PodAskew.
Yeah.
Yeah, we honestly said Robert Pattinson, instead of playing Bruce Wayne Batman, should play Terry McGinnis Batman.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then you bring back Keaton as old Bruce Wayne.
Okay. Oh, that's not a bad idea. He would be a pretty dope, like, old Batman.
Right.
Sure. I can see that.
He already is. I mean, that motherfucker is the Lord of the Wings. He's Batman, he's Birdman, he's Vulture.
He is Birdman. I forgot about that.
And
he was,
Vulture.
yeah.
Was Birdman the movie actually based off of Birdman? Like,
No.
I was about to say, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that always like, I thought about that. I was just like, I never really watched the movie, but I was just curious because I was like, that doesn't look like the actual comic.
That is how he got the job as Vulture for Spider-Man Homecoming, was from that performance.
I think he got the job because he's Michael Keaton.
That's true.
By the way, he gives his role in Spider-Man as the Vulture is the most him doing a Nicholson I've ever seen. It's Batman doing Joker. It's so crazy.
Hey, real quick, Fumes, Cells is asking, was it the game you were talking about on Genesis, was it Batman and Robin? It was a beat-em-up game with a metal soundtrack?
Yes. Batman and Robin was pretty good, but there was another one, too, that was on the NES games, too, on the NES console.
Question, what was it Batman and Robin from, like, the movie Batman and Robin, or was it The Adventures of Batman and Robin, the animated series?
It was the animated series.
Got it.
Yeah, that one was a really cool platformer. Really good fighting. Like it was a good fighter, like a fighting game.
Yeah, because there were definitely two Batman and Robin games, and the one based on a movie was almost worse than the movie, if that's possible. And then,
why are you driving in tank form? Just drive.
I have no idea how not to drive in tank form.
You have to hold. See that now you're in tank form. So when you let go of that. Just drive.
Yeah, just hit the gas without holding tank form, and you'll drive. Yeah.
Wait, so then how the heck do I get into it? Okay, so I can start the show. I get it. You help me. I got it.
So when you're doing that, you want to go into tank mode, and then I think it's it'll be like RB. You have to like.
I get it. No, I get it now. Like you just let go of LB.
Yeah. Right? By the way, I will say this. There is some criticism of this game. I really like this game, but like some of the DLC shit was bullshit. Like you can buy and download a skin to play Michael Keaton's Batman, and you can get the Batmobile from '89 Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Do not do that.
It looks aesthetically nice, but it doesn't drive well. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks great if you want to take a screenshot of you as Michael Keaton standing next to the '89 Batmobile, but if you're driving around, it handles awful.
In the game?
In the game.
In the game. I got it only because I bought the season pass, so I got all that stuff basically free for buying the season pass, so it didn't cost me anything extra besides that one flat rate. So, Henry, to your question, I've seen Crisis. I don't think Rico has. Fumes, did you see Crisis on Infinite Earths on the CW? Have you been watching that?
Nope.
Okay, so I will answer his question. I liked it, Henry. There were things that were disappointing about it for me, but as a whole, it was okay. I thought they were going to put him in the cow, and they didn't, and that was the only complaint I had. So,
Put in cows?
Kevin Conroy showed up on screen as old Bruce Wayne, like way old Bruce Wayne from a different story line, not the Batman Beyond, but a different version of old Batman.
Okay.
And they had him on screen. So Kim Basinger and Batman was my jam. I think she was probably the best part of that movie.
No, what? You are high as shit.
I am not, but you know when we did the commentary, I was not the greatest fan of that movie.
You're saying Kim Basinger, or however the fuck you say her goddamn last name, was the best thing of Batman '89?
It was, I don't know about the best, but it certainly was one of the higher points.
I'm sorry, am I not quoting you?
Okay, I'm adjusting my quote, Dick.
Okay, Master Dick?
Yes, Master Dick.
No.
Yeah.
She screamed in that whole goddamn movie. She's fine, but is she better than Nicholson's Joker?
Yes.
No.
Oh God, I'm not a fan of that Joker. You know I'm not.
Do you like him?
Why are you not a fan of that Joker?
Oh, Heath Ledger's 10 times better.
That's not the argument. But that's not what we're saying. We can all say, okay, Jared Leto sucks, but we're not talking about that. We're talking
because
about
nobody likes Jared Leto except Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, yeah.
Yeah. That's a callback to our bloopers thing from the Batman Alone. Did you listen to that, Fumes? I know you listened to the Batman Alone, but did you listen to the callback or the blooper thing?
I did not listen to the blooper thing, no.
It's worth your time.
It was called Mastering Dick.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I had a hard time not giggling when Henry was playing Alfred saying, Master Dick, and I became 7 and just started giggling.
Like a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
It's quite funny.
This driving is so weird, but like
you'll get used to it.
You will. The other thing I recommend, Fumes, is the handbrake is your friend for sharp turns.
Well, there's a whole lot of guys over here.
I would also, when you are making turns and you can't get used to the handbrake, just get off the gas and turn. And then gun it as you're turning. It'll make it a whole lot easier. And don't worry about hitting anybody because, no one's in Gotham except criminals. So, just shoot and run over everybody. But you do want to be able to get good enough because there are
tank
ramps
missions
and arenas and shit like that where you actually have to, drive up the ceiling and shit. So
yeah.
The best performance of Batman was '89 was Danny Elfman. I'll agree with that. That I agree with.
Wait,
yeah.
who?
Danny
Look
Elfman.
at Steph with the eggplant emoji. Holy crap.
Wow.
I didn't know I had an emoji of me.
You don't.
Okay.
I mean, is that you as a whole?
No, it's actual size.
No, I mean that's just what you personify. That's literally you.
Oh. Fumes, I know we say mature game, mature chat, but I think we're taking it to a whole nother level.
It's okay.
This is PodAskew. Welcome to PodAskew.
Yeah, welcome to FuMZAskew PodAskew.
Yeah, right.
Did you ever take the name that I dropped, the Fumigation?
FuMZaSkew game shit. I did for my Discord channel, and then like it just didn't stick.
Well, shit. I thought it was
Well,
way.
It's
It
a
was
Rico
cool, though.
idea. No wonder it didn't stick.
Wow.
Wow.
What a dick. Master dick.
Nesterdick.
I think we just lost some viewers. Where the hell did you guys go?
No, they're
It-
just not talking in chat because you're boring them.
No. I mean, like I saw, like the viewers dropped a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, it fluctuates like that. Sometimes you'll get like a good spike. Sometimes, people tune in for like 15, 20 minutes, hang out for an hour. Some people hang out for the entire stream. It literally it's gonna happen.
Dude,
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I'm gonna call it fluctuating.
It's fluctuating, exactly.
It
Fluctuating.
fluctuates.
It fluctuates. Oh,
Fumes, this might be the first of your VODs that don't break 1,000 views. I'm just saying.
no, we'll be fine. Either way, though, I'm excited to do this. I do have a question for you guys.
Please.
So I know you guys have been doing this podcast for how long? 2 years, you said?
It'll be 2 years in May. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been doing it for 2 years. What are your greatest accomplishments? Like, what do you feel like are like your top 5 PodAskew moments?
You mean episode wise?
Not episode wise, but just in general moments. Whether it's like not even like the actual episode things that happen during your episodes, but more so like things that you have come across because of PodAskew. Like whether it's
Wow.
meeting somebody new, whether it's like getting somebody on board to be part of your podcast, whether it's whatever you name it. Like you got new equipment that has made the stream better, like anything, or the podcast better. Top 5 moments.
Can I name
Wow.
one, CJ?
No, please, Rico, because I gotta think for a minute. Yeah.
There, one, I don't have a particular order for this, but being absolutely surprised by the first time we had Maddie Granger on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Maddie Granger is a buddy of ours, and just like CJ and I, we've never met in person, but it was an online correspondence and everything. And then I just liked the dude because he was had some good Star Wars reviews and theories. And then I kind of asked him if he wanted to come on, and he said, yeah, absolutely. And then he came on and for 4 hours or so completely wowed us with him actually being in the film industry and telling us the craziest stories of him being on the set of the first 2 X-Men movies.
Oh, nice.
He was there when Hugh Jackman was picked as Wolverine, and he knows the story behind that.
Yeah.
He's as big of an input of X-Men as Bryan Singer and David Hayter, but he's the guy you just don't know.
Well,
But,
here's the funny
part of that circle.
Just to put it in quick context, though, Fumes. So we asked him a question about what was it. I think the question was something to the effect of what was it like to work on that first X-Men, and I expected a 5-10 minute long answer. He gives us that and goes, by the way, do you want me to tell you about how they hired Hugh Jackman? Just randomly volunteered that information, and we were yeah.
Yeah.
And then 45 minutes later, we get to the end of the story, and he told us every detail. It was crazy.
He gave us a Kevin Smith answer. You know what I mean?
In the best possible way. Yeah.
And I think he's a nice dude. He's also Canadian. I don't know if that's connected. It probably is. But he that was a big experience because that was the first time we were interviewing somebody who all of our interviews have been great, but
yes,
he gave us above and beyond what we were ever expecting.
Yeah.
And he's become a friend, and he's become a favorite dude of ours.
Nice.
Another moment of mine was I have this, as I've said earlier, I have this whole fuck it mentality. So
Yeah.
I will tweet at celebrities that in a million
yes,
years,
you will.
in a million years, I will never expect them to come on. But like Mark Hamill is not returning my tweets. That's fine. But
Well, at some point, I feel it. I feel it.
he is very much aware of me because he's made references to shit I've said.
Yeah.
But in a kind of mocking way.
Oh, wait, Rico, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. My friend Ben just joined, and he is currently in, I think, Ghana on a missions trip. So the fact that he's watching us from Ghana, or wherever he is. That's crazy. Thank you for coming on, Ben. That means a lot. Go ahead, Rico.
Yeah, Ben, thank you. Thanks for coming on. You're doing the Lord's work, and we're not.
Yeah, basically.
The only missionary I know is the...
Stop! Don't. No.
What?
Tell your
What's
story.
up with that?
Tell your story. Good God.
No. Bad God. This is what you guys signed up for.
Yeah.
So, as I was saying, trying to tweet at celebrities, I got the off chance to just fuck it, tweet at Marilyn Gigliotti from Clerks, and then have her actually. It was my favorite sentence I've gotten for a very long time. She commented and just said, "DM me" or "message me." It was "message me," and I was like, I somehow managed to like not shit my pants, but then like I took a screenshot of that, sent it to CJ, and then he immediately called me and he's like, "What the fuck? How did you do this?" And we got a cast member from Clerks, and that was a great interview, and she was very nice, and then it branched out. So moments like that are really what makes me like, I love what we do, but to have someone be so kind and generous and willing to come on our fucking rinky dink show and do it for nothing, like that means a lot too.
Yeah.
The fact,
like
if we could afford to pay people, we would, but also at the same time, I would not really want to pay people because I'm like, well, we're not getting paid. Why should you?
Yeah.
We're just as talented as you, goddammit.
Well, it's not even about getting paid, though. It's about, like, Fumes, you and I and Rico talked before we started. I mean, the one thing we all agreed on that we wanted was an organic conversation, which I think we are having. But, that's also what we want when we have an interview, whether it be a celebrity or just another streamer or whatever, because that gives the best content, in my opinion, And I feel like when you're paying someone to come on your show, that can get in the way of that organic feeling that you can have. And just because of some stuff that the show's been through lately, I want to state that I'm not saying that to take a shot at anybody. That's just my perspective on having guests. I don't want to get into the details, but we've had a thing where there's been some arguments between us and someone else. But anyway, moving on. To answer your question from my end, Fumes, I don't know if I can give you 5. And it's not because there aren't 5, but I don't know if I can think of 5. But I can tell you, like, highlights for me. And, well, first and foremost, and I'm going to make Rico look shitty for a minute, but it's not my intention. The friendship that I've built with him is something that's been really cool. You talked earlier about being in like a bad place when you started the stream. I wasn't in a bad place, but I had lost a bunch of friends, not like death, but just we parted ways as friends or whatever. And I've built this friendship with Rico, with somebody I've never actually met, and yet he's probably my best friend. I mean, for real, and so to have that, so that if I was going to rank them at all, that'd be number 1.
Nice.
But in that same vein, we've met a lot of cool people, much like you have with your crew of people. Do you know what I mean? Like, so we have fans in Australia that we talk to on a regular basis. We have fans in England, one of whom I would say works for us, and I use that term loosely only because we don't pay her. So she volunteers, but
yeah. Fuck paying the guests. We don't even pay the people that work for us.
Exactly.
Like,
but
we barely pay ourselves.
True. And that leads me to my next one. Like, the first time someone bought some of our merch, you're sporting the PodAskew sweatshirt, which awesome, dude. Thank you so much. But like the first time we got a sale off one of our,
it wasn't us,
and it wasn't us. Yeah, off one of our t-shirts or coffee mug or whatever. You know. Was like, holy crap, someone wants our logo on, their shirt or their coffee cup or whatever it was that was bought. And it's like, that's Awesome. Oh, yeah, Steph brings up a good point. Fans not in Amsterdam. I forget his name.
Thanks for that, Steph. Thanks for bringing that shit up. It's funny you said that. I did a video for him yesterday.
Oh, Ricardo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does a, I have a fan in not Amsterdam, and he, it's so stupid. He does every year for his birthday, he does a horror movie quiz type of thing. That's just his bull. And he liked Rico's rants, and he wanted me to do intros for each year. This year I had to do, it was a little sad. A friend of his and a fan of mine is actually struggling with cancer. Mm-hmm. So I had to redo the video that I had earlier sent him out. He's like, hey, it's not doing well. You should redo it. So I said, okay. So shout out to Philip and Ricardo.
Absolutely. And, hope
not to go into too much of the details.
But quick recovery if possible. But anyway, to Rico's point, we've met people and Henry from England, he came over and he and I got to spend a day together traveling to what would be our Mecca. We went to Quick Stop and the Secret Stash and, and we were the first two Kevin Smith fans that set foot in an RST video in 20 years. That's crazy. And I got to do that because we do PodAskew. All of that comes from that, and we're meeting these people that are in Kevin's world now. We have a friend named Cat Ears, and she's going to be on the show soon, and all this stuff. Oh, this is one of the good scenes right here.
Yeah, this is a good little side quest.
Oh wait, that's the wrong time. I think it's this. I was trying to sign language.
What were you doing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Hey, is that Alan Poe?
Donna, thanks for following Fumes.
Yes, Donna, thank you so much for the follow.
Hey, Caitlin, you can cuss as much as you want.
Please do.
This is a mature episode.
Yeah, it's mature stream, mature chat.
Hey, listen
with immature people.
Yes, with immature people. With to all PodAskew fans that are here right now, if you have not already, ! Notify. Follow. Give Fume some love for me, will you, please?
Don't do it.
Wait. You have to scan the dude. There you go. Go back.
Okay. I'm just scanning him?
Scanning the body itself.
Oh, there you go. There's something on his armpit.
Ben, I did say hi. I gave you a whole thing about being in Ghana or whatever. I know you're in West Africa. I might have the wrong country, but I gave you a whole bunch of love.
Yeah, but he's getting back to you. He said the internet connection was all shit. That's all.
Oh, did he? I missed that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said he's in Ghana. The internet sucks. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. I'm sorry, but that's pretty.
Yeah, that's not something Ben would say, but yes. Is this? Yeah, you got to find the bullet or whatever, right? I forget what this was.
No, it's not a bullet. It's finding weird abnormalities with the body parts. That's right. Shit.
You know what?
Did you finish the side quest for this, CJ?
I 100%ed this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was I was.
What's that, James?
You said I already scanned this, so what do I do now?
Look. You have to change the look. There's another
level. Yeah.
There's another level. You have to do that one. So then you have to do another.
How do I change it?
I don't remember.
Try the bumpers.
I'm about to backclaw him.
There.
Wait, what? Okay. I want to analyze him. I'm analyzing him.
It's hard to tell because there is that delay. So
there's a bit of a delay, yeah.
I'm yelling at you for shit you're already doing that I don't know that you're doing.
Oh, I get it. I get it. So I do it by the bump. Yeah, I get it. So there's different layers by hitting the bumpers, the left and right bumpers.
And there's always one per layer. So you're not missing. There it is. See, like there's that one, and then it'll go down to the bones. That's a big ass fingerprint.
Yeah, it is. Holy crap. Well, I remember who this is, I think, and that person does have a pretty big hand, if I recall.
What's his name? Mr. Pig?
No, I thought this was Bane.
No.
Okay.
This is the.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I'm trying not to spoil stuff for Fumes, honestly. So
honestly,
this is a side quest. It's not that big of a deal.
No, but it's still it's one of the funner side quests in the game for sure.
It's Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, it does. The character looks like Paul Giamatti. It's kind of crazy.
But he sounds like a German pig. It's like meh.
Yeah, it's weird. Fumes, to your question, what's the top 5 moments for you for Fumes Gaming?
Definitely. I would say.
Yeah, not this one.
No, this is definitely one of the top 5 for sure.
You're sweet. You're a very good liar.
I mean, but this is like a rough 5.
Rough 5.
So the Crossing Streams community, like, so the Stream Dreams and Crossing Streams, like, we kind of formed very unofficially, and it was more so something that we wanted to keep under wraps for a while. You knew about this, CJ.
Yep.
And so that definitely is one of the main things, because like it was kind of like blossoming from like the streams that I was running, and it seemed like little by little there was just another person that was like being added to the streaming community, and it was great. The second was definitely like meeting Lil Chaos and No Sense Gaming. Both of them together have really been like helpful in regards to like influencing me and you know, kind of giving me inspiration to like, you know, further my streaming like platform, and just kind of like upgrading and like trying to like do new things. Like I definitely owe them a lot, you know, like I could never repay them, you know.
Fumes, can I jump in for a split second? Stephanie, our Stephanie just gave you some stars. Can we give her a star screen?
Yeah, you got a star screen. Give me a second. Thank you so much for the stars. Let me see. What do I got? My favorite one is this one.
Oh, it's such a weird delay.
Yeah, I know. We're just head bopping and nothing.
Okay, there you go. You guys will see it. All right. Thank you, Steph. You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you, yeah.
Making sure. I was like, you guys got quiet over there. So yeah,
Be thankful.
Yeah.
The other like memorable moments, my first plane ride.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Tell Rico about that. I appreciate it.
So at some point, Lil Chaos and No Sense Gaming had both kind of like I frequent their streams more so Lil Chaos, just because like she was a person that like I kind of like really got into in regards to like the games that she was playing. Mm-hmm. You know, she was playing Persona 5 when I first like swung over by her channel, and what am I doing? And so you know, we were like, I was hanging out on her stream, and I was talking about like wanting to travel and do stuff. And, you know, her and her boyfriend had mentioned like going out there and just kind of like that they would show me like places out there in North Carolina, mm-hmm. you know, just like the places that they go eat. Cause we talked about food all the time. Mm-hmm. And so we did that. We talked about food, and we talked about like, you know, just hobbies or things that we did. Like he talked about his bowling, and I was just like, oh, I'm like, I bowl too. I'm like, I'm not an amazing bowler, but I definitely bowl, you know? And, so at some point, Chaos had said like, oh, like just come out here, you know, like, you know, you should come like see us or whatever. And like, it was just kind of like, I instantly looked up prices. I booked a flight, and I was like, done. I'll be there in like 2 weeks, you know?
That's awesome. I've been to North Carolina. It's beautiful. My first reaction was like, everything's so fucking green.
Yeah, it's really pretty out there for real. So I went to Raleigh. Raleigh is basically like right outside. Well, it was more so they were in Cary, but it's like right down like like the downtown area. It was pretty cool. It was fun. And then I went to Pinehurst, North Carolina, where Patch Notes is.
You didn't go to Chapel Hill?
I did not.
Chapel Hill's really nice, dude. If you ever go back, go to Chapel Hill. It's super. It actually reminded me of Berkeley. Like,
really?
Yeah. It looked like the area kind of
of North Carolina. So Heather Leah, which is like the latest comment that's on there, she says, "Yeah, North Carolina is beautiful." She was actually one of the people that I met on North Carolina on my first trip out there.
Nice.
And I kind of met up again the second time I went out there. So I've been on 2 plane rides, both to North Carolina. And yeah, hi Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Hey, Heather.
Yeah, her and I were exploring some old school lost runways from what was it? It was Raleigh Municipal like airport. Like it was. I think they were up in like the 1700s or the 1800s. I can't remember exactly when, or maybe I don't know. But they had said that like all of the remains of that area had been like wiped away. Like they basically like there was like green, right, like pasture, whatever. We actually found some traces of that runway. It was pretty cool. But yeah. And then I'm going to Vegas in February.
Nice.
Yeah.
Super jealous about that, by the way, Fumes. You know that.
What's that?
I'm super jealous about the Vegas trip. You know that.
Oh, that's going to be great. And then I should be going to Orlando in June for like a tournament.
Right, but I have family out in Vegas that I haven't seen in like 3 years, and I want to go see them, and I'm just broke. So.
My controller just died out.
Uh-oh. Did you not? There it goes.
Weird.
No, we're delayed.
All right, gentlemen, be right back. You guys keep chatting.
Yeah.
All right, now's the chance to talk about CJ. If you guys want to ask me any questions about CJ, now's the time to ask.
Yeah, we know everything. Wait, he knows everything.
I know everything. Well, sort of.
What's his guilty pleasure?
Fumes.
No. Fumes, how is that a guilty pleasure, though, man?
Because he feels guilty he's not doing it with me.
That he's not watching you?
Yeah.
You want to watch you?
There's some things he shouldn't watch. No, his guilty pleasure. He actually doesn't have any guilty pleasures. He's very much I just want to kick back, play a game, and watch a movie. He's that easy.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of like a simple same thing that I do. I if I'm not playing video games, I'm watching movies or some sort of streaming platform or like Netflix or Hulu.
Mm-hmm. Fumes, if I can offer a suggestion, when you do the bat claw, the grappling hook,
yeah,
you can press jump again, and you actually speed up.
Really?
And then you could fly, like
a zip.
You use that, and then you'll launch yourself up, and then that's when you can nosedive and glide and go up and down.
Okay.
So you use the grappling to keep you going. So you essentially you could play this whole game barely touching the ground. If you need to get somewhere, you could drive the Batmobile, but you could just fly.
Okay.
Fly like a Batman.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's a cool feature for getting around.
I had no idea. Why didn't it tell me that?
It probably did, but you're probably listening to us talk about stupid shit.
No, no. That's the one. Okay, so getting back to the games themselves, this is one complaint I have about this game is it's assumed you already know that from the previous title. So if you haven't played Arkham City, then it doesn't really educate you on that feature. You
know what they say about assume?
Yep.
You're an asshole, just like you and me. I'm going to go... I'll be right back. I'm going to go take a break.
Okay.
Is Sensei Sales still in the room? Where was Justin Sales at?
He should still be in here. What the heck is Afterburner? What is that?
What'd you get?
It's telling me to press Y for some reason.
I've got a bit of a delay, so I'm not seeing it yet.
You'll see it soon. It's telling me to press Y.
Well, you're pulling down a archway right now.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
Afterward,
Yeah, because you're gonna make the jump. You can hit it to make the jump.
Oh, okay.
To jump across. So you want to back up, throw on some speed, and then hit the afterburner, and then off you go.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
Always catches my pinky toe.
Rico forgot to mute himself. And turn off his camera, but that's alright. We won't hold that against him.
What am I doing now? Am I using that as a ramp too?
You can ramp off a whole bunch of stuff at this point, now that you have that feature.
Whee! Air control. Now what?
Oh yeah, I think you're setting up another ramp here.
No, you're lying. Use the Batmobile mode to navigate tight areas. What tight areas? Like this?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no! I fell! No!
Wait, you didn't fall. Well, maybe.
Yeah, I fell. Well, I gotta go back.
Thank God I have an iPad, because it's backing me up here, because you're on my laptop, you're freezing all the time. Not you, but the stream.
Yeah, it does that too. It's weird. Like, people continuously say that. It's like, I can't see you. It's Rico accidentally stabbed his Oh, he stubbed his pinky toe.
Yeah,
Ouch.
I saw it.
You saw it?
Yeah. You're playing the game. I was able to watch his camera.
All right, let's see if I can do this one more time. Ah!
Where's Sensei Cells? I'm waiting to drink my beer so I can cheers to Sensei Cells. Where's he at?
I don't know. Hey, what's going on, Tyler? Welcome to the stream.
What's going on, Tyler? Welcome to FuMZAskew Gaming.
FuMZAskew Gaming. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this happen.
There you go. Come on, Fumes. You got this.
It's weird because it's like you can't control it. Like, you can't control the vehicle when you're boosting and it's like speeding. It's weird.
Why
It's
do you keep
weird.
going into tank mode?
What's that?
You keep going into tank mode.
I go to tank mode so I can get a better control.
Oh, yeah. You definitely have more precision in tank mode. Precision.
Third
one of those is coming out soon, right? Or is it out already?
Yes. No, Precision 3 just came out.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Mr. Mike Martini, put that up soon. Or like a week or two ago. I was on the phone, but I'm back. What's up, CJ? Cheers,
Here you go,
buddy.
Cells. There you go.
Wait, can I not pull that?
What are you trying to pull? I can't see it.
It's not letting me pull it.
There might be an upgrade to the pulling part later.
It can. What did it say? You can't pull it, but it's telling me to go that way. No.
I don't know.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, Steph, I agree with you. They made the Batmobile an integral part of the game, and I think they overstressed it just a little bit. Like, it's a cool feature, and I'm glad you can finally drive a Batmobile in one of these games, because it's the first time you can do it, but they overdid it a little bit.
Whoa.
I know what you're supposed to do.
Oh,
What am I supposed to do?
there's Steph in the background.
Hi, Steph.
What are you supposed to do, Steph? Say it.
What?
Hey.
What's going on?
Steph started
I'm
talking.
lost.
We heard her.
He's supposed to grab. You're supposed to grapple the wall and then drive the car on the wall.
Oh, that's right.
So as if you're going to pull the wall down, but
What, going to it?
Yeah, you drive, you grab on and then hit the gas, and you'll drive to it and then up. I forgot about that. Thanks, Steph.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, and when you do, you want to be in tank mode, otherwise your ass will fall off
Yes.
really easily.
Yes, that's true, too.
Okay, let's try this again. Okay.
Until you have to gun it, yeah.
So, I guess we should get back to the games, though. We haven't really talked about the games that much, have we?
What'd I miss?
Yeah,
Oh.
let's talk about the games.
Fume's got the afterburn feature where you can launch the Batmobile, and he's just trying to get over that portion right now, and he's having some fun with it.
I'm supposed to pull myself up there. So I'll fire it. And how do I pull myself up there?
Right. Well, once you get there,
What?
you're not there on our screen yet. So.
Okay.
Rico. Oh, maybe it's my toe.
Yeah. Maybe. Do you know him? Is he a fan of yours?
Who?
No, I was talking to Rico, but maybe you, Fumes. Or
I see it. No, I don't know. I don't know who that is.
well,
Who
Robert,
is he?
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome, Robert.
All right. Drive your ass up. There you go.
Okay, I get it.
Hey, Jerry. There you go. Now stay in tank form and then drive up. There you go.
Okay.
And then
I'm
detach. There you go. Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, Steph. As always.
Thank you, Steph. Thank you. Wait, it says RT Rev Engine.
But yeah, getting back to the games real quick. My favorite part of what they did with the series was how it. What's up, Rico?
Tap it, Fumes. You want to bring that orange one up gradually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like revving the yeah. Is my favorite part is the fact that like Arkham Asylum was really good, no question, but it was very linear. You know, you could walk around the asylum, but it was still very linear in the way the story progressed. Arkham City and the subsequent games have been very open world, but in a way that, unlike a Grand Theft Auto, you don't feel like it's massive. You know, Grand Theft Auto sometimes feels a little too overwhelming in its size for me. And these didn't do that. So, yes, cheers. Justin Guinness, my friend.
Cheers.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Arkham Asylum is definitely, it's the OG. You got to respect it. But at the same time, it is very linear. You don't really get a whole lot of freedom like you do in Arkham City. Arkham City was Batman and it was Batman Grand Theft Auto. Like it was, I don't know how to phrase it, but it was really that.
Right.
It was open world.
Our Origins, I think I liked because it was the first time you're actually playing in Gotham.
Yeah.
And I kind of, it had a Batman Returns kind of vibe to it because it was like you're Batman in Christmas.
Yeah. Which
plus it's an original, it's an origin. So getting to play like Batman Year One was
essentially,
pretty cool.
Yeah. Actually, I want to get off topic for a minute. Fumes, did you hear the great movie Christmas debate?
Where?
Our episode, the great movie, we debated 4 non-Christmas Christmas movies.
I assume Die Hard was in there.
It was Die Hard, Batman Returns, Iron Man 3, and Lethal Weapon 1 were the 4 movies we debated.
What was your top pick?
Well, before we get there, I want to know what your thoughts are, and then I'll tell you, because I disagree with what won. But
personally, I'd say Die Hard for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's my top pick. What's your top pick?
Fumes should have been on our tie-breaking judge instead of Logo Mike. I'm just saying.
Well, listen, nothing against Logo Mike, man.
No, of course not. I love Logo Mike.
But we were all in agreement that Die Hard is a great non-Christmas Christmas movie. But the argument was it was really just an argument who had a better argument. You know what I mean? Like it's not really who's better or what's better or what's worse. It's just who can have a better argument. And ultimately, you want me to just say it, CJ? You want me to tell?
It was Batman Returns. Batman Returns won the battle. Which
means, and the winner of that was going to be our next commentary.
Which we still have to do. But, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
My friend Mark, and also a star in Batman Alone, and that streamer I told you about from Twitch, Fumes, he just jumped in.
Our very own Superman.
Our own Superman, and who else didn't he play? Somebody else?
Thug number 3.
No, yes, but I thought he had another main character too. Was it just Superman?
He didn't play Wonder Woman. We know that.
He didn't play Wonder Woman. That's very true. But yes, hey Mark, what's going on? I was just talking about your stream last night, actually earlier. So Batman Return wins. I'm with you, Fumes. I thought Die Hard won over Batman, but it was a majority rules victory is the way we did it. So I lost.
not to say we won't ever do a Die Hard commentary.
Nope,
because that's
we're never
what's
doing it now.
requested.
Never.
Never again.
Nope.
Too late.
But we might do Die Hard 2.
Yeah, we'll do Die Hard 2, but we won't do one.
What about Hans Gruber?
You gotta have Hans. Actually, I saw, and we talked about this during the episode Fumes, but I love it. I saw a meme that said, it's not the holiday season till you see Hans Gruber fall from Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
It cracked me up.
What was it you said to me? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Thank you, Two-Face.
That's not my Two-Face.
It basically sounded like it.
No, because I had the Rickman kind of voice down here.
Okay.
Mr. Potter.
If you, oh God. He went Snape on me. Anyway. So, but yeah, getting back to the games, the opening it up in Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and then ultimately this game, especially as we said earlier, but giving you the feature, the Batmobile, to Steph's point, Rico, that she made while you were away, they kind of over-integrated the Batmobile in this game a little too much. But
yeah,
it still plays well, I think, and Fumes, you're kind of getting a feel for that. I feel like we're cheating you out of all of your experience because you can't hear it and you have to listen to us two chuckleheads. But
What are we talking here? What, the game?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's fine. I can hear the game still.
Oh, are you hearing game? Because
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. You want to be super sneaky when you do this because you're actually going to learn how to, like, what's it? Fear takedown, I think is what it's called.
Oh,
so,
is this the fear takedown tutorial?
Yeah. You want to make sure you actually get this right. Otherwise, you'll have to redo it.
But if I redo it, it's just starting up here, right?
Yeah. Just don't fuck it up. You'll be okay.
What are your fans? I want to say hi to Fumes. La Renee said hello earlier.
Lala! Hi, Lala! She's like, hey, Fumesy!
Yep, saw that.
She's the one I play, Friday the 13th with.
Oh, okay. That was a lot of fun when you did that on the first Friday the 13th, and I think it was October or whatever. Was it October? On that Friday the 13th when you played it?
I played it on both Friday the 13th so far.
Yeah.
I got tattoos on that Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What tattoos did you get? Let me see. It's not your...
No. I got a... Well, one I might have to take my shirt off, but...
Don't do that.
I actually got...
Freddy. See, there you go, Fumes.
No, it's not Freddy.
Or Jason. I'm sorry. Yeah. Jason.
Machete behind his mask.
The fedoras now, unfortunately, I didn't think about it, but like the fedora now looks like it's supposed to be for Freddy Krueger and because Jason's underneath, but it was actually for Sinatra. It was my first tattoo.
That makes sense.
Yes, I have a fedora as a tattoo. Haha. Fuck you.
It's cool. Also in our logo.
Yes, that's true. But my buddy was going to a tattoo parlor, and I don't know how it is for everywhere, but this tattoo parlor on Friday the 13th has like sales. So they have stuff that's already drawn out. You can't really, the artist can tweak it if he feels like it, or if you really kind of ask him nicely.
Right. Pay him a little extra.
But they have all this. I mean, a lot of the drawings that were already out were like really stupid. Like there was like a bunch of veiny cocks, and then there was like, and I mean the dick, not the fucking chicken.
Thank you for clarifying that. Like it needed to be.
That's what I'm here for. There was also like a farting dog, and there was like a cat bending over. You could see its butthole. It was just really bad. Like, why? Why did someone draw this? And two, who would get that inked? So I got the Jason mask, and the artist actually is like, I'm gonna tweak this. I'm like, well, it's gonna be on my body forever. So can you tell me what the fuck you're gonna do before you tweak it? Because if it's a giant dick through his head and not a machete, I'm gonna be really unhappy. So.
That'd be pretty cool though.
And then
no one.
Not on me, but like to see it on someone else. Like I'd laugh.
No, yeah, of course.
Instead of kick, ma, it's dick, ha ha ha.
Basically.
And then the other one I got was just a great white shark, and he actually it was really bunched up on the design, but he actually stretched out the tail to make it look like it was actually flowing on my shoulder blade.
Wait, so I'm looking for this bat suit. Where the hell is this bat suit? Oh, down that way. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
No worries. Fumes, did you, what was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought. Shit. Oh.
Whoops.
Yeah, never mind. I lost it. Fuck it.
Tyler, I agree. They should make an Arkham-style Batman Beyond game.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Agreed. I would totally be down for that.
You can have the Batman Beyond skin, but it doesn't. It's okay, is, but it doesn't look like it. You know what I mean? I think the biggest disappointment is that you don't get to actually. If they made it so you can like fucking jet Iron Man fly around.
Yeah.
Like you can in Batman Beyond, that'd be legit.
For sure.
But if they're going to do that, then there really should also be a very good Iron Man game. Or if they're going to do that, there should be a really good Marvel fucking game, which hasn't really come out yet.
Yeah, I hear the Iron Man VR is pretty good. I haven't played that because I can't play VR, but I heard that was good.
For sure.
Rico, read Rebecca's...
Guys, cover me for like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah. We got you. Read Rebecca's comment. You'll like that one.
Rebecca's comment.
Not our Rebecca, my friend Becky. Rebecca Aaron, do you see it?
I'm looking.
Okay.
Hang on.
It's right above the Batman Beyond comment.
Wait, you mean a recent one?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I'll read it to you then. She said, my husband wanted me to get a coctopus tattoo next to my mermaid.
Coctopussy.
Yeah. I'm afraid to know what that exactly consists of, to be fair.
It looks like Cthulhu fucking himself.
Mark, you would know about that.
I don't see that comment. So I guess maybe I'm.
No, that happens sometimes with his stream. There have been times where I've been in here just hanging out, and he's responded to stuff that I've never seen. So I don't know why you're not seeing it.
And that's a good point. If you guys ask a question and we don't see it, ask it again.
Yeah, please.
And
absolutely.
We'll try it. Cthulhu fucking himself.
Yes,
Mark. Yes.
Yeah. You are the expert on Cthulhu that I know. So if he's capable of fucking himself.
Did I fuck it up? Is Cthulhu not a him? Is it Cthulhu fucking herself?
Oh,
I don't know too much.
Becky, sorry, because I got to differentiate between our two people. Becky, I figured that's what it was. I was just hoping it wasn't. So.
My webcam is weird now. It's messed up.
It's messed up. You look fine.
Focus.
Oh, wait, no.
Focus on me! Not. Hold on. I'll just disable it and re-enable it. Give me a second, guys.
Yeah. It's a giant. Okay.
It is so weird to see like the cape flowing in back of you from our angle.
Yeah.
Fumes. You know what I miss, buddy, that you haven't done in a while, Fumes, is that you had that cup that blended it in when you would drink out of it.
Yeah, the green cup. The green cup, yeah.
He had a green cup that he specifically used for stream, so when he drank, it would just blend into the background. It was kind of funny.
Now I have my cool canteen that one of my great friends not recommended, but more so like I was put on. It's my favorite canteen.
Do you have your coffee mug handy? Because I think Rico would like that.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Which
Check
one?
this out.
Oh, the one that I was gifted by the lovely Caitlin Bowerman.
No, that's a cool one. But I was talking about the one based on the subject we were talking about earlier.
Oh, the Friday the 13th?
Yeah, I was trying not to say it, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does it have a giant veiny cock on it?
Mm-mm.
Lower it down. There it is. Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you'll see it on stream. But yeah, it's Jason, his head's cut off, because that's where the coffee goes. And then there's a blade right here on the side, the machete. That's it.
One of these days, you just need to add like a bunch of like raspberry jam and fill it to the cup.
Yeah, and just like it's his brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I still want to know where your PodAskew mug is.
I don't know. Where is it, guys? I thought you guys were sending me one.
Oh, we were sending you one? We can't even afford to buy our own, let alone send you one.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even show you that one. So like, I got this lovely mug right here. I'll
The
show it to
Fumes
you
one?
down here.
Yeah, I saw that when you posted it. It's pretty badass.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lovely Caitlin Bowerman over here.
I'll
Did
cut
that
your brain
as a
out with a
Christmas
spoon.
gift. She did this as a Christmas gift for like 6 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us. She did it for 7 of us. She did it for myself, Rio Showa, Tim Danger Gaming, Soda Bro Gaming. She did it for Lil Chaos Gaming and No Sense Gaming. She did it for 7 people, guys. It's
That's
ridiculous.
badass. That's very awesome. You said
She
that was
didn't have to do
Caitlin,
any of
right?
that. She just did it.
That's Caitlin?
Yeah, Caitlin.
Yeah, Caitlin's awesome. I've seen her in here a bunch of times. She's very cool people.
Towards throw counter. Oh, you want me to throw counter? Okay. Whoa, he just punched me in the face.
Oh, you're doing one of these challenges.
What do I have to do now?
You have to throw them.
How do I throw them?
It says it right there.
Yeah,
I'm pressing towards and then throw counter.
which is why, if I'm reading it right.
Yeah, and I'm trying to.
Push them in a direction with your. There you go.
Okay. Okay, so
Tom, please, if you got something you want us to talk about, mention it, dude. Seriously, we're on board. Do it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I got it. Okay, cool. I did it. Hooray! I swear I talk all day with you guys about movies and stuff. Oh, there goes Tom. So that's the guy I was telling you about. So
The
he's
Batman
my
guy?
one of my best friends. My old roommate. Tom is definitely the Batman guy you want to talk to, man. He's got plenty of Batman insight.
Okay.
This guy can talk all day about it.
Well, let's run a test on this guy. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but let's run.
Oh, run a test on him. All right.
I want to know. I want to know his best Batman. Who is the best in the Cape and Cow?
Yeah, Tom. Who is your favorite Batman? You mean like as an actor, right?
Yeah.
Not like.
Well, yeah. Let's keep it to on screen. So not Kevin Conroy. That's just a given. But
Let's do this one.
Bruce Greenwood gets no love today.
no, not at all.
Right.
Or the guy
Reno
who played
Romano.
who?
Reno Romano.
No, I was saying, is that the guy who played RoboCop?
Oh, Peter Weller.
Yeah, because he does it in Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. There's also the guy who plays the security guard in Jay and Silent Bob.
Michael Keaton, hands down. Nope, sorry, you lose.
He says no. You wait. Okay, wait. Who's your favorite Batman?
Me?
Yeah,
Bale, hands down.
Bale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why Bale?
I think I love the realism of it as close as you can get for a Batman. Like it's the most grounded of the Batman stories.
Yeah.
You
Why
know,
can't I do these? I can't do this.
Well, this is a side mission, Fumes. You don't have to do this, I don't think.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm just like trying to do it, and then I guess maybe it's because I'm not looking at them directly.
No, not Clooney. Bale. Christian
I think
Bale.
he's fucking with you.
Oh, okay. All right. I was making sure. Oh, no, I thought maybe cut out or something. I don't know.
No, not nipple boy.
Nipple
boy.
You know what, though? Kevin Smith brought up a very valid point in
His
one of
nipples
his...
needed to breathe.
What's that?
His nipples needed to breathe.
Yeah. No, but Kevin Smith brought up a very valid point in one of his streams, or one of his podcasts. He said George Clooney would have played a really good Batman Bruce Wayne. He just was in a really bad movie. Like, he honestly feels like...
I think it's not his fault. I think it's
Right.
definitely the director. Yeah, for sure.
To be fair, he wasn't very good either.
See, even
Well,
Mark...
was
No,
it good?
Mark
It was
agrees with
not
me.
script. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, for me, I settled for Bale. Like, when Bale was in The Dark Knight, I was like, this is good. This is as good as we're going to get. It's not my Batman. It's not as much as I would like. I thought his fighting style was very stiff, but not as stiff as, like, Keaton and Val Kilmer and Clooney.
Rico, hold on. Logo Mike in the house.
Hey, Logo Mike.
Logo Mike, what's going on?
What's going on, Mike? We were just talking about the great Christmas movie debate. You missed that. He was the tiebreaker on that one.
So, but then when we got Affleck, when we got Batfleck,
yeah, I forgot about him. That's true.
I was very happy with that. I was not happy with the movies he was in,
but he was.
But
good.
I thought his costume in Batman v Superman, his fighting style. I mean, we're talking about the fighting style in this game. It is so damn good.
Yeah.
And it's replicated practically in Batman v Superman. That whole warehouse scene is easily one of the best Batman movie moments.
Yeah.
Regardless what the movie is, as far as I'm concerned.
Very true.
Do it here. Help me. Or Rico. Or
what's up?
CJ, both of you guys.
What's going on,
I'm trying to do something here. I don't know what I'm trying to do.
All right, hold on.
Oh, I got to untie this guy first, I think. No, he's dead.
Well, right now I saw you punch an electrical box, so I'm a little behind you, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to figure out what to do with that electrical box.
Put on your detective vision.
Yeah.
It's not giving me that option yet.
You should be able to use that anytime you want.
I can use it whenever? Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is that, left on D-pad?
I honestly don't remember. Well, you're using a different controller, too, so I'm used to the PlayStation controller.
Up on the D-pad. Okay, I see it now. Okay. There you go. Okay.
Hang on. There was a comment earlier.
Wait, Mark. They didn't really make him a killer, though. He wasn't a killer. He was more violent than he'd been in previous incarnations, but he didn't actually kill.
He did.
Did he? All right. Never mind. I take it back.
Michael Keaton blew up a fucking big-ass strong man with a bomb. I
think he's talking about Affleck, though.
I mean, that's what I'm saying is Batman in movies he's killed people. Hold on. Tyler, what is their stance Pokemon? Are you asking us what our stance is on Pokemon? Is that your question?
What is their stance on Pokemon? Maybe. Do you guys like Pokemon?
I'm not a fan. I never got into the thing. Like, I'm not going to bash on people who play it because that's just wrong. But, like, I just never got the craze.
I was into the craze because I think I was the right age. When it really started becoming popular in the mid 90s.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, you're young. Okay.
So yeah, I was born in 91. So like that whole like late 90s, it was really when it was booming.
Yeah.
And I had like my 151 cards. I had them all. I had a fucking Pokemon binder and I had all that shit. But it was more of collecting. I was never one to play the game itself. I played the Game Boy games. I mean, I did that. But other than that, never really... I just sort of grew out of it. My nephews are really into it. So it kind of wows them because they're young. They're like 6 and 4. So when they think they're like talking expertly about fucking Pikachu, and I just say, oh, I know all about Pikachu. I know all about Mew and Mewtwo. And they're like, you know about Mewtwo? And I'm like, what? Fuck, dude. I mean, am I the boomer now? Is this what just happened?
Yeah, no, I definitely. So my whole thing is like, I used to like, I was heavy on Pokemon when it first came out. And like the Pokemon trading cards, the like the Game Boy games back in the day, like the OG vanilla, like Pokemon games, the 150 Pokemon, I was all about it. And I played the hell out of it. And then the next iteration came out, which was Gold and Silver. Mm-hmm. And then like they moved into the Game Boy Advance. And at that point I started getting consoles and like I was able to afford my own stuff. And I stopped playing those games. And I was just like, oh, it's just more Pokemon. It's the same thing over and over again. But like I kind of got my love back for Pokemon as of recent because of the new Pokemon Shield and Sword that came out. So I really dig it and I'm addicted.
I watched your stream the other day, Fumes, when you did a live stream of the Direct. You just knocked your camera out again. But
no, I did it again. No, I got fixed.
But I watched you did the Pokemon Direct, and then you talked after, dude, and you seemed really psyched about the expansions that are coming.
I am. Like, the expansion packs are definitely going to add a whole lot, and I think that, there's a lot of people that were complaining that, like, these are things that should have already been in the game. They should have, like, never, like... but they already gave us a whole lot of content, and that's what people don't understand sometimes is that it's something that, like... video games have evolved. There's a lot of content, and people think that because they didn't dare get, putting out expansions, people are assuming that it's something that, should have already been in the game, but they're working on it. They keep building on it. Like, what's the big deal,
Fuse, are you trying to figure out what you're supposed to do on looking at this island thing?
I'm adding my camera back. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do with that too.
All right, so you have to basically triangulate, and you have to hear the radio frequency, and then zone in on that, and that'll be your location where you're supposed to go.
Wait, okay, so let's try that again. Okay, so I have to figure out the radio frequency.
Mm-hmm. You're trying to find the frequency, and then you're detecting the radio transmission of where you're supposed to go. You have to move both things to zero in on something, and you'll hear it.
The analog sticks.
Vibrate. It'll vibrate. Okay. Did we scare Tom? Wait, I don't think so. I think he's just kind of like bouncing in and
back,
out.
chilling. I hear you. I was gonna say something. Oh, Fumes, you asked earlier about top 5 moments. Shit, I just had it and I just lost it. Son of a... I'm having one of them nights. See, this is the kind of shit I get to cut out when I edit it. Now that I'm live, it just... Now my stupidity comes out.
You gotta figure it out.
You were talking about something that triggered it. Now I can't remember what we were talking about.
I was talking about... I forgot what I was talking about.
See, it's not just me.
Motherfucker, one of us has to pay attention.
What were we talking about?
Exactly.
Hey, chat.
What's going on?
Help us out, chat. What were we talking about before Fumes?
Oh, we're talking about Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Right.
We're talking about Pokemon. I was talking about the Direct. You were talking about how excited I looked, and that was really it.
Yeah, Steph, I'm going to sit here with a dry erase board while I'm live on stream. Come on now.
I mean, next to you. It's not a bad idea.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, CJ.
Shut up.
That's why I just say everything that's on, the top of my head, because then I don't forget.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I didn't want to interrupt Fumes. You were helping him with the part he was stuck on. I didn't want to interrupt that.
Yeah, don't interrupt.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Man, say man. Hi, man.
That's how I felt during New Year's. I felt like I was dressed up just like it.
Just like Edward G. Robinson?
Dude, you killed it on New Year's. Seriously.
I really did. And, I had to find a Cuban cigar. I'm I had to, walk around with a cigar, man. I really did.
Dude, you know what I killed on New Year's? Almost 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah, you did.
Dude, we were drinking so much. It was crazy. But, yeah, I ended the night with a nice, whiskey on the rocks. It was pretty good, man.
What whiskey were you drinking, Fumes?
I don't know what the whiskey was. It was Angel's Envy.
Okay, you've talked about that before a few times.
I love Angel's Envy. I actually just went to Koval yesterday, which was their distillery here in Chicago. They're actually one of the first. Actually, they are the first. They were the first distillery to open back up after the prohibition period.
Yeah.
There was a whole lot of laws, kind of preventing people from opening up a distillery here in Chicago. Obviously, there's more, but that was the first one that opened up, which was about 12 years ago.
Right.
They showed us all the different types of distilled drinks and whatnot, and it was a pretty good time, man. Cool people.
I remembered what I was going to say, so before I lose it again, I'm going to double back for a second. But you were talking about top 5 moments. One of the other moments that was huge for me was when we joined the network. We joined a podcast network that was we think your show is good enough to be a part of our group.
How did it come up? Did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them?
We reached out to them actually. But what we found out after the fact was it seems like we had been on their radar. They just hadn't gotten to us yet. Yeah. So, Rico reached out, and as he does, he's so good at doing that. He like he was talking about earlier. Most of our guests that are of a, I guess, celebrity level and I don't say that to be disparaging of everybody, but there are people that have just been friends of ours that have joined the show. But anyone of a celebrity level, they've all been a result of Rico. It's always been him. He got us Matty Granger. He got us Marilyn Gigliotti. He got us Scott Schiaffo. Doug Frankel. They were all because of Rico and his, like he said, his fucking reaching out.
So wait, you have like these people that have been like the celebrities that have been on your podcast. Like for those people that don't know who they are, and like what are their big breaks, I guess, or their.
So
you got it. Yeah, go ahead, Rico.
Marilyn Gigliotti and Scott Schiaffo are cast members from the movie Clerks by Kevin Smith. Marilyn Gigliotti played
Veronica,
but she's known as like 37. That's that chick. Scott Schiaffo.
Yeah,
the Chewly Gums guy.
He's the Chewly Gums guy who so he's sort of like the minor antagonist at one point in Clerks. Doug Frankel is a animator for Pixar and previous animator for Disney. So he works because I'm out in the Bay Area and Pixar is a stone's throw from where I live. So because of my job as a video store clerk, he comes in and rents movies and gets like inspiration. Like in a weird kind of way, I actually help influence Pixar animation. Not a huge degree. I'm not sucking my own dick like that.
Yeah, please don't.
No, but he will ask like, hey, I need inspiration. I need to watch movies where like kids are working together. And I'm like, Goonies, this, blah, 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 Stand By Me, blah, blah, blah. And I help him with his research. So I've been asking him for months if he can come on the show and interview a animator. And he went to Pixar and they didn't give him an answer. They said they'll think about it. And then like we waited like 4 months and then he came back and was like, all right, fuck it. We're just going to do it. If they have any problem, you'll just take the episode down. I'm like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Without question. Yeah.
So that was a good one. And then we recently I think we got Eddie Pence before Frank.
Oh yeah.
Didn't we?
But before Frank. Yeah, I think he was. But just to jump back real quick, Matty Granger, to your question, Fumes, he hasn't had a lot of on-screen, but he's had a lot of behind-the-scenes success. So he was the personal assistant to Russell Crowe on Man of Steel. He was the personal assistant to Al Pacino in a movie. I forget which movie it was.
88 Minutes.
Thank you. He helped write X-Men 1, which I know you're not a big fan of the other X-Men movies, but we'll get into that. But still.
His scene is pretty well regarded. Like he wrote a scene in X-Men 1, the whole like dialogue between Wolverine and Rogue in the truck, and she asks him about his claws, like, does it hurt when they come out? And he's like, every time. That's all Matty.
Yeah, he wrote that entire, So it's stuff like that with him, and then Eddie Pence is a comedian who's out in LA and really funny, and now, if you're familiar with Ralph Garman from Kevin Smith's Hollywood Babylon, he's the Vice host, as they put it, of the Ralph Report, which is Ralph's daily morning podcast that he puts out. He used to be on the Kevin and Bean show in Los Angeles, and they just unceremoniously fired him out of nowhere. And he said, instead of getting back into radio, he was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do a daily podcast, and it's up on Patreon. And you can.
Ralph Garman's going through a rough time right now.
Yeah. Oh Christ. If it's all right with you, we'd like to give some quick love to Ralph Garman because his dad just passed away like 10 days ago.
What you gotta do, man.
Yeah. So
his dad just died and his marriage is ending.
Yeah, he's getting divorced and his dad died all in the same like 3-month window. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough.
From what I heard, though, for what it's worth, the separation is very cordial. Like there's no animosity, there's no negativity. It's just
it's just bad timing, unfortunately.
For sure. Yeah, I mean it happens. But as long as it's like something that's like a mutual thing versus like it's bad on one end, like it's always tough,
Yeah, definitely for sure.
Tom, I got a question. Is it wrong to try and sound like Mark Hamill's Joker? Is that a bad thing?
Why would it be wrong?
He's saying that he didn't like the Joker in Batman Origins.
But to be fair, Tom, that the whole point of that was that it is a younger version of Mark Hamill's Joker.
Right.
So it has to sound like him, which is some slight, like, if he sounded like the dude it sounded like Michael Emerson from the Dark Knight Returns animated movie, it would sound really bizarre. You would be more upset, like, this doesn't become Mark Hamill's Joker. What the fuck is this?
Rico, is Steph drinking?
No.
It's the most hostile I've ever seen her, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it, but Jesus Christ. And I've known Steph for a long time.
No.
Okay. Just asking.
I think she's getting over a cold, so I think she's just like letting out the inner rage.
Go for it, Steph. Let the rage out.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm sitting fucking next to her. Don't let the rage out. I'm gonna get some fucking shrapnel.
Tom, getting back to your thing about Origins, we talked about it earlier, and it seems like you're as big of a fan as I think you are. Tell us what we think that the boss fight with Deathstroke might be the best boss fight in any of the Batman games, hands down. What's your thought? I can kind of hear the game a little bit. Fumes,
Yeah,
I think I'm getting it through your.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying no. Don't change
it's
anything.
fine.
It's perfectly fine, but it's actually helpful.
Oh, okay. So as long as it's good, like, I'll keep it up.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so Tom agrees with this about the boss fight. Awesome.
For sure.
Rev back.
What? Oh,
That's the-
he's talking to you, Fumes.
Oh.
You gotta get the line connected if you have it, and then drive backwards.
Oh, wow.
No, undo what you just did.
Yeah. And then I had to pull it up. I got you.
Yep.
Oh, he's got the remote Batmobile already. I forgot about that.
Woohoo! Whoa.
Yeah,
cool.
Tom, it was glitchy, but it was still better than anything previous to the Rocksteady games, I think. In terms of Batman.
If I'm being honest, I think I actually like Origins more than Asylum. I respect Asylum, and I like the story, but I actually think I enjoy Origins. I mean, the fact it's Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill in Asylum helps, but I think I really kind of dug the year one origin story for Origins.
The only thing, and it's been so long since I played it, and I honestly meant to try to go and play before tonight, but life just got in the way. The Joker, I felt, was a little underused in that game.
Okay.
I would disagree. I felt like I think he was put in enough, because you don't want to overuse the Joker and you don't want to underuse the Joker.
Yeah, but he's all over Arkham Asylum and to a lesser extent this game, but Origins he's kind of underused. Tom, real quick, what system were you playing that on? I'm just curious. Like, what format?
He's playing on PS4.
PS4. No. Well, Origins would have been PS3. They didn't put that on the 4.
Or PS3, yeah. Like,
okay.
we're PlayStation people.
Yeah, so am I. So. And that goes back to the conversation we had earlier about disability, Fumes, because the Xbox controller I can't accurately use.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so wait, what do you use? You just don't use it? You don't?
I just don't play Xbox at all. Yeah.
It's interesting because of the way the joysticks are?
Yeah. The positioning of the analog stick is not in a convenient place for my disability.
It's not ergonomic for you. Gotcha. So wait, but the PlayStation controller is. That's interesting how so many people complain about how the PlayStation controller is like the way that the layout is for it.
Right.
But then they say that the Xbox has like the more far more superior controller. I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Well, and and it might for active gamers who don't have a disability to battle with. Do you know what I'm saying? Mark, if you're still here, please chime in on this, because Mark, let me tell you something. I want to give Mark a lot of props. I hope he's still listening. But Mark and I have been friends now for going over 11 or 12 years, I think. And prior to meeting me, he was never anti-acceptable. things for people with disabilities, but once he got to know me and know what it's like to have the day-to-day struggles of having a disability and playing a game, he has been such an advocate for accessibility in the games, both from a controller perspective to, I know he's got a friend who's colorblind. I'm not going to say his name, but I know the guy, and like having features like that in games, and Mark is such an advocate for that, and I just got to give him a lot of props for that because he's always had my back. But Mark, if you have some comments on that, please bring them in.
Yes, please.
I don't mean to get all political on your thing here, Fumes, but
No, not at all. I mean, go for it.
Yeah. Let's see. Caitlin, I've always been a PlayStation person until I met my fiance. He played Xbox. It took like 2 years before I got used to the controller. Yeah, Caitlin, it's definitely a different feel. And if you have trouble manipulating your hand or your fingers, it can really play a role. I forget the other person who was watching who has a disability, but I forget his name and I apologize. I want to say Teddy, but I think I'm wrong. But dude, if you're still here, please chime in as well.
For sure, man. I mean, like, it's always appreciated to, like, it's nice to have this insight and have, like, and understand, like, you know, like the quarrels that people have with, like, certain, you know, like, you know, especially when it comes to like a gaming in general, like if, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like if it's something that not everyone can use, it's like, you got to do something about it, at least in my opinion, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And one of the things I will give Microsoft credit for, though, is they created that accessibility controller. I don't know if you've seen the commercials for it. And I've looked into it, and for me, it's crazy because my disability is such on the line between not having an issue and having an issue that that one is too accessible to make it useful for me. I'm glad it exists, and I'm glad that they made it open source so that everyone, you can use it on a PlayStation, you can use it on a PC, and you can use it on these different platforms. But it's actually a little too accessible for me, but I'm glad that it exists.
Fair. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Sometimes you give someone too many options, it's a bit overwhelming, you know?
True, or it becomes too cumbersome the other way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So, Mark, I just want to read, because Mark commented, he said, like, I speak up whenever I can on social media and stuff, but it's just to make sure that this is a conversation we're having publicly and to shut down assholes. But, like, when you have the platform, I'd rather support you in this discussion. You know, you're the person who's directly affected by this. I am, Mark, you're right, but I've always given you credit on how eloquently you speak about things, and you have that knowledge base about technology and the way the games function and the way the systems function. So that's why I always default to you when we talk about this stuff. Yes, I have the disability, but you have the technical knowledge that far surpasses mine.
I'd like to jump in for just 1 second because I was always a PlayStation dude, and I never, like, I think I played Xbox when I'd go to someone else's house, but I always had a difficulty with the controller. And then Steph only had Xbox. So I had to go from, I mean, I go back and forth. I go from PlayStation to Xbox when I feel like it. And it was a minor adjustment, and then I just it's now easy. I totally get it. Right. I think I have a problem with the Xbox, like, menu and, like...
I just like it. Yeah, the dashboard or whatever, they're
the settings and all that shit. I have a little bit of, because it's just, it's I would liken it to being like, I know Latin, but I'm still learning a different language. Like, you know, like, I speak French, but I'm still learning Italian. It sounds similar, but still different.
I'm not a fan of the interface. So, Fumes, to your point earlier, I did own an Xbox 360 at one point, because I got one, like, super cheap. I got the system, Red Dead Redemption, and, like, 4 other games for $100. And the system was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. The guy was just getting rid of it.
Yeah.
And so cool. I got it just to try it, and I ended up struggling with it so bad that I just ended up trading it in, which worked out because I think, to be fair, Fumes, I think I used it towards my Switch. So,
nice.
Which, okay, to that same point, the Switch is the first Nintendo console that I've successfully been able to play since the GameCube. Because of the control.
The GameCube, wow.
Because of the controller. Now, I have a Wii, and I was able to use certain games like Wii Sports and things like that. But as soon as you added the nunchuck, I was done. That's where I had trouble.
Yeah, look, see, like Tom makes perfect sense. He says, I started out as an Xbox guy, then my Xbox red ringed. I remember that. I would switch to PlayStation. Would only play Xbox exclusives and everything else is off PlayStation. Agreed. So like, unless there's anything specific for Xbox, like Gears of War, I remember playing Sunset Overdrive. I remember, I think Alan Wake might have been an Xbox only like game. But anything that was Xbox only, that's the only reason why I wanted to have an Xbox.
Like
Other than
Gears.
that, anything that was multi-console, I would always get on a PlayStation. Just
So, like,
because
things like Halo and Gears of War and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. Oh, sorry, I forgot. How did I forget about Halo, man? Yeah, for sure. Halo is definitely another one. But I think all the best exclusives are primarily on the PS4, or like on the PlayStation in general. The Uncharted series. What
Spider-Man.
else? The Spider-Man was dope. What else did they have? They had the Last of Us for me, of course, not for you, CJ.
No. Like I said, Fumes, I'm actually enjoying this playthrough. I just don't think it's this like masterpiece that everyone seems to think it is.
For sure, yeah. Like I said, I mean, it's one of those things that it'll grow on you, and I think that the story will definitely put you in that like man, like maybe I was like maybe wrong for like not really going through the story, but like assuming that it's like not a masterpiece. But you know what though? Like I understand some people aren't really like, you know, they have different things that they consider masterpieces, you know?
Right, and I don't want to get into like specifics and bore people, but like the first time I played it on normal, right?
Yeah.
And the clickers kicked my ass the first time I ran into them. And I couldn't get past them, and it just soured me on the whole damn game. And I was like, fuck this shit, and I got rid of it. You know?
Yeah.
And then they put the remastered one out as a free PlayStation Plus game like 6 months ago, I want to say, at this point. And so I added it to my library, and then I finally started playing it, and I played it on easy. And that kind of goes back to the controller discussion, because with the way the controller mechanics are with that game, it made it hard for me to be able to sneak around the clickers in the normal mode. You know, like Mark and I have had a really interesting conversation before about Cuphead, which Mark, I would need you to fill me in the gaps on, because I never played it, but I hear it's incredibly hard, and he had a massive problem with the fact that there's no levels on it in terms of easy versus normal versus hard.
Right.
You know, so.
Sure, yeah, it's just all one difficulty.
Yeah. Steph made a comment there, Rico, if you want to comment on it.
She wants me to play Alan Wake for the horror and suspense of the story / gameplay. It gives me too much anxiety when I play on my own. I know, pussy.
Well, nobody's saying that, Steph, but...
What's the comment on it? Oh, that's it?
That was it, yeah.
It?
I just thought he was going to say more.
No.
Tom,
I'll play it when, you know, I'm not going through all the fucking Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, well, that's true. Tom, to your comment, I don't feel like the game has made me grow as a person, Last of Us, but
you because you haven't grown at all.
Well, that's true. I am almost 40, for fuck's sake. I mean, shit. So.
Yeah, body wise, but let's go maturity, you know.
Oh well, that too. So
yeah.
What am I supposed to do here? Why is this gas blocking me?
Sorry. Oh, you
can't go through it yet.
You need to freeze bomb. I don't think you have it yet.
You can't go through it yet. You're fucked.
Okay, cool.
Mark says, yeah, I mean, a few developers out there are like, oh, difficulty is a big part of our artistic vision for this game, so we're going to make our game challenging because it's our vision. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we don't want anyone's artistic vision to be compromised. I wouldn't want our artistic vision to be compromised on PodAskew. That's one of the reasons why I edit the show. We've had editors approach us about being the editor for the show, and I've respectfully declined because I feel like it wouldn't be our voice at that point, you know?
Right.
So, and I think that's the same thing with what Mark's saying, but at the same time, you have to, if you're going to give something that's interactive like a video game, I think you have to give options to people so that everyone can enjoy the art, and that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
Chris, this is Batman Arkham Knight. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Chris Bell. You know Chris Bell, Fumes. He's
Yeah, Chris Bell, what's going on? He got the 69 stars. Can I give you guys a star screen?
Go for it, Fumes. Do the Kirby one.
Oh man, I'm gonna give you 2 star screens, Chris Bell, so that way, because I want Rico to see the second one.
All right.
Here we go.
I will now always weirdly associate Kirby with 69. Thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, I know that motherfucker can inhale, but damn.
I don't think the audience can hear us yet.
Yeah. Okay. Say that again.
No, not yet. There's still the Donkey Kong playing, I think.
Oh no, but I mean they'll still hear you at this point. Like it's still recording. It's just delayed. Remember.
All right. All right.
I said now I will always associate 69 with Kirby, and I had no. I mean, that motherfucker can inhale, but damn.
Did you see the DK one?
Yeah.
You need to hear the music for that one, Rico. We need to. I'll have to get the audio for that and let you hear that sometime, because that's fucking funny as shit.
Yeah.
We need a new follower though, so we can get the "Who Do You Know the Way?" Because I need that one. That's my jam.
I love it, dude. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it really is. That one, I said this in your chat the other day, Fumes, but I don't think you saw it. I had the Biggie Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis stuck in my head for like 2 days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. So my buddy, Retro, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but Retro
Gaming, I hear you talk about these guys, and I don't mean disrespect to any of them, but dude, you're the only one I actually like follow and watch.
Yeah, no. It's understandable. Like, some people are just like, I only want to watch you, and I respect it. Like, but like, I'm definitely gonna like, basically support my my
for sure
community.
Yeah, for sure.
And give shout outs. Like they deserve it. They've been very helpful in my streaming endeavor, and like I appreciate it. But yeah, Retro Game Age has been like, kind enough to be like, hey man, like if you need anything done, let me know. And sure enough, I've reached out to him, and he hasn't failed. Like he's the one that's come up with most of these star screens, the follow screens. And it's definitely, like I value it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. One of my other favorite ones that you have, Fumes, and I've said this to you too again, but I know the chat flies, so sometimes I don't know if you see them all, was the Link to the Past one you have. I forget if that's for a follower or for stars, but it's
for a follower.
Okay, yeah.
If you see those cameras, you gotta battering them. Oh, that's an anchor point. My bad.
But yeah, hands down, my favorite's got to be the Do You Know the Way?
Yeah, for sure. I like that one a lot. And that one I found myself. I just kind of pulled up. I think I might do more of those as well. Like pull up some like funny like videos and stuff, and strip them down and just put like make them star screens. It'd be fun.
I flipped a challenge to you the other day, Fumes, but it didn't come. I said we needed a PodAskew follow screen or something for today, but
oh, that would have been cool. Yeah, that would have been awesome. Where am I going? I don't even know where I'm going anymore. I think
you have to bring your car over there.
Oh, that might be, yeah.
So can you call your car?
Oh, wow. I can actually remote my car over there. Okay, cool.
Well, you can, but you should also just be able to go up and point at the ground, and it should be able to have your car just automatically arrive to you.
Okay, hold on. Let me try that then. Okay, so what do you want me to do? You want me to...
Well, you can do that.
Right?
Hey, Francis, I don't think I've seen the Star Wars one, so my bad, buddy, but I'm sure it's a good one.
Fumes, you could try and do that, but you should just be able to, as Batman, not remote controlling, look at the ground on the street, not like on a roof and shit. And
okay, fair.
And
just tell it to come there.
Yeah,
so
if it has access to coming to you, like there's no bridges blocked and shit, it should just automatically go to you.
So, but if it is blocked, it's not blocked, okay.
Then yeah.
Okay,
Fumes, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. Tell me when you're ready, because there's a couple comments I want to kind of double back on here. Martini, first off, glad I get to actually talk to you, dude, because I know you've been around forever and a day now, so it's cool to be able to talk to you. He says, I've always had a PlayStation and Nintendo growing up, and I stopped caring about Nintendo after the GameCube until now when the Switch. And Xbox never made any sense to me. I have always been a PC gamer for the most part. The only console he has is the Switch. Everything else he can get on the PC. There are a small handful of things I miss out on by not having a PlayStation, but nothing that makes him run out and buy one. And I can respect that, Martini, totally. For me, PC gaming is hard because there are certain games that require the keyboard and the mouse, and that's not something I can do. So if I can't use a controller, then I can't play the game. And that's where console gaming for me is the way to go, because it's the controller option. So that's that one. And then Mark, to tie back to the thing about the artistic vision, he said, if that's what you feel you have to do in terms of the developers and the artistic vision, then whatever, I guess. But I feel like if the difficulty of your game is integral to your artistic vision, then your vision kind of sucks. And I have to agree, the difficulty should not have anything to do with the artistic vision of the game.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I had to do. That's why. Okay, I figured it out, guys. I figured
Good
it
job.
out.
Can't give you all the hands, Fumes.
Wait, now, like, I'm just in this weird... Okay, I don't know what just happened.
Rico, it seems like you've been watching closer. Has he done any of the Riddler challenges yet?
No.
No.
No Riddler challenges?
Get out of that camera. You'll confuse the shit out of yourself.
How do I get out of that?
Try pressing your
I don't think he can on the remote, Rico.
No, I'm not in a remote. I'm in the actual...
There you go.
Well, no, but that's just me holding the left trigger.
Okay, so try pressing the pressing the analog stick in.
Yeah, the left one.
Yeah, no, the left one's not doing anything. Hold on. I'm trying to figure it out. There you go. It was R1.
R1, okay.
RT.
By the way, Fubes, when you're flying, do you know how to do the, like, glide down towards the ground and then swoop back up?
Nope.
Okay. When you're flying, because I was watching you, like, just kind of glide and then just kind of slowly glide.
Yeah.
I think it's right trigger. You should be able to go do a nosedive as Batman, and then you want to pull back up, and then, so you want to do this motion going up and down, and it'll keep you flying.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's basically like you're doing like swooping motions to continuously fly. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for us out of curiosity? We're just bullshitting, but like, this is a chance if you guys are curious about me and CJ, you can ask us shit.
AMA, right? AMA?
AMA? Or Q&A?
I got one from outside the stream. Jay just hit me up and asked me to say good day from Oz. So, by the way, not to get too political in your stream, Fumes, but much love to everyone dealing with the fires in Australia, for real. Anyone that's down there.
Mark just asked, do I wipe sitting down or standing up?
You opened up a can of worms with Mark, let me tell you, buddy.
What I do is I sit on CJ's face and just...
No, you don't. Don't fucking do that. No.
Wow, the worst.
Yeah, the worst. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Don't blame me.
What?
Don't blame me. Mark gave me a fucking opening.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the new Jay and Silent Bob movie?
I haven't seen it yet, Chris. Rico has. I have my copy coming in the mail. I'm hoping to have it this upcoming weekend before we interview. But
was it straight to DVD?
No, but it was only in theaters for 2 days, and then you had to go to the Reboot Roadshow tour to see it, and I didn't get to do either. So
why was it only out for 2 days?
He's making more money this way. He brought in $3 million profit on the Roadshow.
Wow.
I did see Reboot twice. I saw it recently at the Fox Theater. I liked it. But I'm just asking nicely for no one to spoil it. So because CJ hasn't seen it. Have I seen Cats yet? No. I look at my own pussy.
Oh my God. Dino's enough for you?
Yes, my cat Dino is plenty pussy for me.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm sure he's been trying to get in this entire time, but the window's closed. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay.
I thought Steph was sitting there.
Nope, not anymore.
What? You just chiming in just for the fuck of it, Fumes?
Yeah. Wait, can I go in there or no?
Hold on. I'm trying to see where you are. You're still fighting people on my screen.
Yeah. I had to come back in. I had to beat him up. What did you think of Joker staying on Batman theme?
Okay, Tom, I haven't seen it, but that's because that's by choice. I refuse to see it. I feel like it's a money grab and a abomination of what the Joker is. The Joker does not need a backstory, and anyone who thinks he does is just wrong.
So Joker can't have a backstory, but Batman can?
Oh, for Christ's sake, guys.
But the Joker is meant to be a mysterious character. He doesn't need...
There's different interpretations of Joker, no? Yes or no? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's different... he's always kind of described himself in different aspects of, like, mediums, you know, like whether it was video game related, movie related, comic book related. He always had a different story of how he was raised or what happened to him in the past, how he became who he was, right?
No, I think a lot of them didn't have actual stories, though. Okay, hold on. Mark's jumping in here. Joker's a comic that has always indicated if he has to have an origin, he prefers it to be multiple choice. Right, Rico said that too. And that's fine. The problem with this thing, the Joker movie, is it definitively gives him a backstory and a name. The Joker does not have a name or a backstory. That was my biggest problem with Batman 89. He's not Jack Napier, and he didn't fucking kill Batman's parents. Sorry.
I don't know. What do you think, Rico?
Steph's looking at me like...
It's about to go down.
What?
While he's doing that, I'll read Mark's second comment. He said, I'm fine with him having an origin story. I just don't care in specific about watching King of Comedy with face paint.
Thank you, Mark. So let me reiterate with that. When I first heard about the Joker movie, I kind of had a similar point of view that CJ had, which was, oh, fuck. Why? Why are you going to do that? What do we need this for? And because you have to remember at the time, there was still Jared Leto as Joker. So I was like, why the fuck what is DC doing? They got two separate Jokers. One of them set in the 80s. One of them is set this. It's two separate actors. One of them is like older than the other. What the fuck is going on? That was our initial going into the project.
Yeah.
And then Jared Leto got fucking shit canned, more or less.
As he should have.
But it's still weird because like they're still expanding off of that Suicide Squad mythology with the new Birds of Prey movie that's coming out.
Yeah.
So
don't they have a Suicide Squad 2 as well coming out?
Well, that's the Birds of Prey movie. Oh, well, yes. Birds of Prey is its own thing, and then Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah.
Which is more
just called The Suicide Squad.
Right, so it's more of a reboot of Suicide Squad than a sequel, honestly.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
They're Force Awakening it.
Interesting.
So, but I did see Joker. So CJ's got his opinion, and I respect his opinion, and I don't disagree with him.
No, you don't.
No, bear with me. Motherfucker, I will bitch slap you through this fucking screen. My whole thing is, it is a different interpretation. Heath Ledger's Joker is probably
the best.
Fuck off. At the time, the most accurate without being original. Like, they're taking the best of all this Joker stuff. Like, but he doesn't fall in the toxic waste. That would be a comics accurate thing, but they're doing realistic. So what this is it's not him falling in toxic waste. It's that he's just falling into society. But Mark brought up a good point it is the most Scorsese looking movie that he didn't do, excluding The Irishman. It is him. It is basically a weird combination of Taxi Driver and King of Comedy, because For those who have seen Taxi Driver, it's about a guy who goes into fucking madness and becomes a vigilante and just finally says, fuck it, I'm going up against everything. He does it in a more criminal way, but, yada, yada, yada. And then King of Comedy is an underrated Scorsese film where it's Robert De Niro, again, like in Taxi Driver. It's a Scorsese film. It's always going to have a Robert De Niro. He is a struggling stand-up comedian who kidnaps a talk show host and holds him ransom until he lets him go on to do the opening monologue.
Okay.
So essentially, Joker, spoiler, has a Robert De Niro talk show host. So it's almost like a weird sequel to King of Comedy. And it's such a bizarre film. It's also one of the most depressing movies I've seen in a very long time. And it gave me new emotions because it's one thing of reading The Killing Joke or watching the animated movie and sympathizing with the Joker. This one makes you really feel for the character, but at the same time, you're like, he's a fucking criminal, and he becomes one of the most insane villains of modern day pop culture.
Right.
And just because we find out he was abused as a child, he's neglected, he's this, he's that, and yada, 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 he's still an evil villain. Yeah. It would be the equivalent of us watching a whole fucking movie of like this young bullied kid in Germany and then finding at the very end his name was fucking Adolf Hitler. That would be our reaction, be like, oh, I sympathize with Hitler?
Right.
Fuck!
I get it, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say is Joker's a great movie, but you have to look at it as it's not Batman. And it's not even the Joker that we know. It's not Mark Hamill. It's not Heath Ledger. It's not Jack Nicholson. It is another multiverse of Joker, as far as I'm concerned. It's the Scorsese Joker.
Yeah.
Well, and so I want to read what Mark's been saying while you were talking, Rico. I didn't want to interrupt you, but he's brought up some valid points, and they're not necessarily counter to yours. They're just points to go with the conversation. He said, I think you can interpret characters in film however you want, so as long as specific aspects of the characters are represented appropriately. Also, making the Joker anything close to actually empathetic is not good. Sympathizing with the Joker is fine, but empathizing with him is kind of bad.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I'm saying. But I will say this. I thought his costume was fucking awful. He looked like a cracked out Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, but I think that's honestly, I personally thought that it was intriguing because of that. Like, I thought it was just like this is like a wacky like outfit, but it fits, and it was kind of like, I don't know, it was very like menacing, you know, like you wouldn't expect it from someone that looks like that. Does that make sense?
Sure. It was very John Wayne Gacy painting. Like, sure, it was very sharp and not. I mean, the movie is what it is. I think no matter what I say about the film itself,
yeah,
Joaquin Phoenix acted the shit out of that role and deserves great accolades and awards and all that shit.
He did, yeah.
I mean, he lost like 50 fucking pounds for that role.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he does that kind of shit. I mean, what was that thing where he pretended he was a rapper and all that jazz? And
well, that was him actually telling the public that he did become a rapper and he grew out his beard. So for a long time, everyone thought Joaquin Phoenix had like actually gone insane.
Yeah.
And then it was all for a mockumentary. It was all for a fake documentary.
Good night, Becky.
I'm Still Here. Yeah, good night.
Have a good night, Becky. Thanks for hanging out. You're the best.
Okay, here's the follow-up question. Robert Pattinson as Batman.
We've kind of talked about this. I really honestly think it's unfair to judge it until we see it. You know,
I'll go even further. I think it's unfair to judge him based on Twilight.
Agreed.
Yes, that's what everybody's doing.
I actually rented from work the movie that he and Willem Dafoe did, The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
I've yet to see anything with Robert Pattinson that wasn't like one Twilight movie and then like Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is I want to give the guy a chance. I've heard nothing but praise about his actual acting ability. So I want to watch it. But I do think he's a little. I don't know what this Batman is going to be. He is. Is this an origin? Is this a Batman year one? Based on his age, probably.
Mark,
but,
we said earlier, and I know you weren't here for it, we actually had casted a Batman Beyond and felt like he would play a better Terry McGinnis than he would Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Becky with the 269 stars.
Holy crap, go Becky.
Damn, Becky.
You guys go with another star screen?
Yeah, go for it, Fumes.
Can I see the Star Wars one? Because apparently, like, there's a Star Wars one.
Yeah, here you go, homie. This is for you, Becky.
It's a trap.
You gotta have sound for that, though, man.
Well, I'm gonna grab the sound for the podcast, Fumes. I'll get him in.
That's fucking awesome. I love that.
Oh, I have seen this one.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Hey,
Darth
what
Wario, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
That's a
Rico,
good one.
you could probably comment on this more than I could, but Mark says that nobody hates Twilight more than Robert Pattinson.
Very true. He absolutely he did it because he was a struggling actor and he needed the money, and he needed the there are tons of actors that do shit that they are not happy that they did, but they need a paycheck. They need some star power. They also know this will boost their acting credibility to a big degree. There are a lot of actors that are in Marvel and DC movies that didn't want to do it, but they knew that it would help their careers. I think Glenn Close did Guardians of the Galaxy so that she can get enough money to fund the movie that she wanted to do.
I heard about that. You and I talked about that, I think, when we talked Guardians.
So, Pattinson, I think Pattinson would probably say one of the best things he got out of Twilight was his relationship with fucking Kristen Stewart. But now they're not together, so he probably hates it completely. So I have no idea.
So Tom is saying that this movie is supposed to be in more of a noir style Batman and more detective work. He thinks it's going to be a lot like Arkham Asylum.
I will say that for a lot of Batman movies, we very rarely actually got to see a detective.
Very true.
It was, he was a brawler. He was a Cape Crusader. He was in his prime. He was aged. We never really got to see him actually Sherlock the shit out of something. We saw a little bit in Dark Knight and even in Batman v Superman. We saw him kind of put up some text and do some shit.
It was definitely more in Dark Knight than Batman v Superman, though. Yeah,
I'll agree to that. And I love a good noir movie. You give me something that's I've always said one of the best directors that could have done a really good Batman movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm blanking on his fucking name. I just had it. Jesus Christ!
What do you do? I might be able to help you, Rico.
No, it's
Well, fuck you then.
Because it's on the tip of my. It's the guy who did Silence of the Lambs, and I know he just died. That's why I feel bad for forgetting his fucking name.
Can you look it up?
Someone, one of the chat, help me out. I know he died and his nephew died. The guy who directed the movie Blow. So, what's his name? The guy who did Silence of the Lambs and Philadelphia.
I don't know.
I got you, Rico. I'm looking it up now. Read Tom's comment, because I think you'll like that while I look it up.
The director said he grew up with Batman and said no movie was detective enough and wants to show Batman the world's greatest detective. I 100% agree.
Which is why I'm willing to give this a chance, because Robert Pattinson may play that role perfectly. We just don't know what he's capable of as Batman yet.
Agreed. And I have nothing against... I would have preferred... No matter what, I would prefer Affleck. Just saying.
Well, sure.
I really loved Ben Affleck's interpretation. It was very Dark Knight-ish.
And to be fair, I also said we also said that if they don't get Keaton for that Batman Beyond, that Affleck as old Batman would work.
Yeah.
Demme, thank you, Jonathan Demme.
Yes,
No.
thank you. I just got it.
Is it Jonathan Demme?
It's Jonathan Demme. I just had it
Okay.
up. Yeah.
Okay, so Demme. I mean, Philadelphia is a tragic story, but it has a weird noir
It
kind
does.
of feel to
Yeah.
it. And Silence of the Lambs, at my job, we keep it in the noir section. It's not a horror film. It's not a mystery film. It's noir. It's a gritty, grisly fucking movie. But like, I would have loved for someone of that caliber and that vision to do a good Batman movie. And I got to give, the Apes movies, the more recent Apes movies, were amazing. And that guy, I think has the talent, has the chops. I could also see who would be another good filmmaker to do Batman.
That's
The
more
only thing
your.
I'm thrown off by is this movie is Colin Farrell as Penguin. I don't know about that.
Make a Wes Anderson one, dude.
What?
No, I'm totally joking.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said making a Wes Anderson Batman movie.
Fuck no.
Totally kidding. It was a joke. I would totally not see that.
Fuck no, dude. That would be that would basically be, in my opinion, the Batman 66 shit.
Tom, to your point about
Joking.
Colin Farrell, real quick, he doesn't physically look like it, but he would fit the Penguin that's from these games. He's got that accent, and I think he would do all right. It's going to be a lot better than when he played Bullseye in fucking Daredevil, for sure. So,
How
give him a
amazing
chance.
would it have been if Colin Farrell and Ben Affleck came back to
Right?
be hero and villain in a fucking movie?
Right.
Like, they're just looking at each other like, fuck, here we go again. What the fuck?
Listen, I want to change gears for a split second because we've been at this now for almost 3 hours, and I'm having fun. I've got no intention of stopping. But Fumes, you've been playing this for a couple hours now. What are you thinking?
I think this is great. I'm just trying to figure out all the ropes to it because, again, I'm like new to this.
No, for sure. But are you're enjoying the game and whatnot?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, the some of the I guess like the different things you can do with the vehicle, like all the different features with it, like it's definitely, it throws me off just because there's like a lot to do, and I guess that's kind of how these Batman games are.
Yeah.
There's just a lot to learn, and I just have to figure everything out. I need to figure out the control scheme. It doesn't help that on the screen it's telling me to press all these Xbox buttons when I'm using a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Doesn't help. I'm trying to interpret like what they're trying to say.
That does make it difficult.
I'm trying to translate for him because I played it on Xbox One. So like I remember which one they are.
Yeah.
Back to
but
Colin Farrell's Penguin. I still think I would have been a better Penguin, honestly.
You?
Maybe.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Penguin in Batman Alone was pretty good, I gotta say.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. I'm being serious. No, because you gave it a little bit of Burgess Meredith with a little bit of Danny DeVito, and I think it was a nice combination, honestly.
I tried to make myself sound like I was drooling too when I was doing the recording.
Yeah. Well, you did a few times too.
Out of my mouth like this.
Yeah, and you did a few times. Caitlin, I got to agree with you. I haven't seen Colin Farrell since. Well, Saving Mr. Banks was probably the last time I saw him.
That's a good movie. He was really good in that.
He was really good in that movie.
He's absolutely hysterical in Horrible Bosses as well.
Oh, Horrible
I didn't see
Bosses.
that.
Yeah, he was in that. Was he the one of the bosses?
Yeah, he was the fucking douchebag cokehead.
That's right.
And what a great, like, because he's such a pretty actor and he's super serious, for him to be like, I'm gonna have like receding hairline and a comb over. I'm gonna be like overweight and I'm gonna be phone booth. Oh man,
that's a great movie. It really is.
That's what I meant. That's the last time I remember really seeing him. I mean, I do remember him from Horrible Bosses, but like, yeah, Phone Booth was like the movie that like sticks out to me.
Caitlin, if you get the chance, watch Saving Mr. Banks. It's a story about the creation of Mary Poppins. It's a little more family friendly and that kind of thing, but he does a really good job in that role.
Ironically enough, it's actually darker. Like his whole story, because he plays the father of the author of Mary Poppins, the book.
Yes, yeah.
Like he's going through like alcoholism and like his fucking up and like falling off stage and like dying. Sorry, spoiler, but still.
Rico, did you see Dumbo, the remake?
I, like everybody else, didn't see Dumbo.
Oh no, because Mark says apparently he was in it, so I was just asking.
Oh, well, no, I didn't see Dumbo.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact. The guy who wrote Phone Booth also wrote Cellular. It's the same exact movie, but in reverse.
Right? Yeah, it is. You're right.
Cellular with Chris Evans.
Speaking of Chris Evans, and I know you've seen this, Rico. We've talked about this on the episode, but I can't wait to see Knives Out.
I've seen
Knives
it.
Out was good, man.
I haven't seen it yet, but I want to see it. I just haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah.
Mark,
It's
why are
good.
you surprised he would sign up for Batman? What makes you, or the Batman to be specific, but why do you think Colin Farrell wouldn't sign up for that?
I did enjoy the idea of Jonah Hill almost being the Penguin.
I think he
And
would have
what-
killed that role, honestly.
That would
But-
be a cool role. He did a really great job in Wolf of Wall Street.
For sure.
But then he was like, became a douchebag and he wanted more money than Pattinson as Batman.
That's what
Wow.
it was. Yeah, I remember that. You're right.
Dumb.
Oh, Daredevil? Oh, because
That's
Daredevil turned him off. Well, I don't know. He was in Fantastic Beasts.
He was.
You know,
but that's
you
not
know,
a
he-
comic book movie, to be fair.
no, but it
Uh-huh.
is kind of a comic book movie without being based on a comic book. Let's
Well,
be
true.
real.
Yeah.
Although
Hey,
I gotta
Andrew.
say, I actually didn't hate Daredevil. Like,
I didn't either, especially if you watch the director's cut. The director's cut is...
yeah,
Eh.
the show is infinitely better, but like the
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
But again, I think I was 14, so I was like, "Hey, it's 14. I like Daredevil. I like Ben Affleck."
Yeah.
Plus, Fumes, have you seen the director's cut?
I'm not, no.
The director's cut is infinitely darker. It's a much darker movie with the director's cut, and it's much. I own that one, and it has both versions on the disc, and I watch the director's cut every time.
I will
So-
say the worst thing of Daredevil was Elektra, the spinoff movie. That was
The spin-off,
infinitely
it's-
worse. No one can fucking argue that with me.
The spinoff is bad, but the character was not bad. You're just not a Jennifer Gardner fan. That's the problem.
Well, that too. But I liked her in Daredevil. I just thought the movie Elektra was bullshit.
I agree. I'm saying she was good in Daredevil. Elektra, I agree with you, is bullshit. Let's see. Andrew, welcome to the stream.
I'm lost. I don't know. Rico, tell me where I need to go.
oh,
wait.
you need to level up.
Yeah, you have a level up there. I just see that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Leveling
What?
up.
Get out of the detective vision.
Mark,
You can actually-
what movie was shit? Daredevil or Elektra? Because I agree, Elektra was shit,
Elektra.
but the character was good in
Yeah, Elektra
Daredevil
was good.
itself. Yeah.
What's the worst Marvel movie?
The worst Marvel movie or the worst MCU movie?
Because there's a difference. There's a
Sure.
just
What?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. The worst MCU Marvel movie total in general, all of them.
All of them. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
The worst.
I have to delineate between the two because there's a huge. I think there's a huge difference before Kevin Feige took over. So, pre Kevin Feige,
Well,
It might be
Kevin
Elektra.
Feige also helped out pre-MCU.
but yes, but he wasn't driving the ship. He's the captain of the ship at this point. Like,
I had a bit of a problem with the very first Punisher movie.
Okay. With
Not-
Lundgren?
Yeah.
Rico,
A lot of people forgot about that one.
Tom says Man Thing. Did they make that movie?
Yeah, that's Man Thing is Marvel.
Yeah,
Okay.
you would know, man. You would know.
I think Man Thing was. Am I confusing with Swamp Thing?
I think you're confusing with Swamp
There was a
Thing.
movie with that directed by Wes Craven. He did one. I can't remember if it was Man Thing or Swamp Thing. Either way, that was pretty good. But if I remember correctly, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen anything. But
Pre-
the Punisher, I had a big problem with.
The one with Lundgren.
With the one with Lundgren, based on the fact that never once is he having a fucking skull emblem on his shirt.
Because I like the Thomas Jane one. The one with Travolta as the enemy.
I still think that's... Bernthal is great. That's still my favorite, though.
Well, Bernthal's not a movie. That's the thing. If they made a Punisher movie with him as the Punisher, then I think it would eclipse that. But I agree with you.
Fumes, you waiting on me to tell you what to do?
No, I see. Yeah, kind of.
All right.
Sorry, Fumes.
Do something. There you go.
What am I doing? What am I upgrading?
Whatever you want, dude. Whatever works for you.
No, Mark, that was not my only problem. That was a problem. I just thought the acting was awful. I thought it just was not a good movie. It's still not the worst. Elektra I thought was worse than 1990 Punisher or 89 Punisher.
Whatever it was, yeah.
I had a big fucking problem with the reboot of Fantastic Four. Fan Four Stick? Is that how they fucking...
Is that the most recent one?
I wasn't a fan of that at all.
Wait,
no, all those things that you're saying, Mark, are absolutely accurate. That not that he lived in the sewer, not that the plot was complete ass, not that the Lundgren emotes like a wood block, but you didn't like the Lock of the Skull. I hated all that. Like you hit it on the fucking skull, buddy. Like that's it.
Zing.
You punished that plot, buddy.
Oh, okay. Keep going. For me, okay, so the worst MCU movie, let's go there first for me.
Yeah.
See, they're all really good, but if I have to pick a least favorite, it's got to be Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I 100% agree.
Really? It was that bad, huh?
It's not, bad. but compared to the masterpieces that are Iron Man 1 and... Guardians 1 and, to me, Thor Ragnarok, I know Rico doesn't like that one as much, but like to compare to those movies, it's pretty bad,
The problem with Ant-Man and the Wasp was we had just gone through like an Empire Strikes Back moment with Infinity War.
True.
And then Ant-Man and the Wasp came out like 2 months later. And we were all still like, what the fuck happened? Everyone's dead, and I don't know, and they're making jokes, and it's not funny, and oh my god. And then, because we were all like, we want answers, what the fuck? And then we got this fuck. I mean, it's a good movie, but it should have been made right the fuck after Ant-Man 1. As far as I'm concerned.
That is exactly why I picked Rico as my co-host for this show. That moment right there was exactly why.
What, me going?
All of it, the whole thing. Yeah.
Warzone was bad, but was kind of fun. Warzone was at the time the most comic booky Punisher movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
It was yeah. So I don't think I've seen Warzone.
What about Spider-Man 3, the Sam Raimi one?
I actually don't mind that one. I just think I figured out my non-MCU movie, and it's Ghost Rider 2.
Yeah, because Ghost Rider 1 is so...
Ghost Rider was bad too, man, for sure.
The second one was bad. I like the first one. I really like the first one.
Nicolas Cage, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking be like a Ghost Rider.
Tyler, I have not played the game. I can't speak for Rico, but I have not played the game.
Is that the game where Tom Jane actually voiced it? Because if that's the one, then yes. And that was a legit fucking fun game.
What, the Punisher game?
Yeah. Where Thomas Jane, who played Punisher in the one from 2004, I want to say. Detective mode, dude. Those pipes to the left. There you go.
Tom's got your back there, Fumes.
Does he?
Yeah. No. Go back. Oh, wait. Yeah. 30-second delay. God damn it. Yes. that pun. I feel like I'm time traveling. It's so fucking weird.
Doing? This is telling me to pick the Batmobile.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Hold on. No. It's telling me to go into...
Yeah, I had a lot of love for that Punisher PS2 game. That was able to. I love. It's so stupid, but I love the little things in life and gaming.
Yeah.
Where you could dual wield shotguns, and whenever you would actually reload it, it would be when you reload it. So it wasn't like an automatic reload both of them. So you could reload one and then reload the other one. And I just love the whole like. I'm so stupid when it comes to gaming, but I love like off-kiltness and as well as being balanced at the same time. It's so weird.
Rico, did you ever get X-Men Origins to work? The Wolverine game that you bought?
No, I tried and it did the same thing, but it did it at a different time.
That sucks.
And that game is fucked. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
I don't want to keep pushing. I want to fuck up my system.
No, I don't think it'll fuck up your system. I don't. It would just.
But with my luck, I'll be that one asshole who like gets a game that will ruin his system.
Well, okay, fair enough. Hi, Steph.
Run and slide.
Slide.
Right.
I'm suddenly taken back to fucking Fight Club.
You gotta run when you gotta sprint and then press crouch.
You can crouch holding R2. I just didn't realize that.
Oh shit! I remember this. This was tedious as fuck. You gotta get the Batmobile to like raise the elevator.
Yeah.
And like pulling on a winch.
Oh, I remember this.
Back.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's fun. Once you get it working, it's fun.
Is it fun?
This is a bit of a pain in the ass, but once you know how to fucking do it, then it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
This is some thinking outside the box kind of bullshit.
Well, most of this game is some thinking outside the box bullshit.
I don't know how. Yeah, you gotta bring the Batmobile into the elevator. You gotta raise that motherfucker up. You have to go to that wall and then explode it. Or you can just shoot it. Shoot it. There you go. I know, I'm probably fucking way behind. I'm sorry, guys. I'm all excited from 30 seconds delay.
Now what do I do? I go in and up?
You just keep doing what you're doing.
Like, I did what I was doing. Now I was just standing on top of the elevator.
Yeah.
And what, do I let the elevator take me up? Wait, down?
You want to go underneath it.
Oh,
I thought you could get into the elevator. I thought you could get into the actual elevator car.
You might, but I think he has to go down. Batman needs to go down.
You had to take it there, didn't you?
He said that's as far as the elevator can go.
Alright, so just lower yourself.
Yeah, that's what Tom's saying. No, not Batman. Put Batman back on the elevator and lower the elevator itself with the car.
Okay, so wait, I'm confused. Okay, so you want me to put that? So I'm gonna have Batman stand on top of the elevator?
And then lower it.
And then lower the elevator.
Why can't I just jump down like I did?
Oh, you didn't hear that, Mark? Yeah, they're changing the race of James Gordon and the Batman.
Oh, get in front.
I didn't quite get it. I don't have a problem with it because, like, I'm all about equal opportunity or whatever. But like, it just seemed weird.
I have no problem with that. I also thought.
Oh, I get it now.
Catwoman's Catwoman, I think, is African American as well. I don't care. I think
is it Halle
really
Berry again?
No, thankfully it's not fucking Storm.
What's wrong with Storm?
No, nothing wrong with Storm, but she was terrible in that Catwoman movie that she was in.
Yeah, she was pretty bad. It was pretty corny.
It wasn't even Selena Kyle. What was the character's name again, Rico? You said it before.
It was like Patience Knowles or something, and that bitch had no patience.
I heard all about all the bullshit surrounding. What's going on with Zoe Kravitz? I didn't hear about that.
I think what he's alluding to maybe is that people were being like, "Oh my god, she's black. Why can't I don't know."
Oh right, she's playing Catwoman, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got no problem with that.
She had also voiced Catwoman.
She has and did a good job. I know that one. I think I own that movie.
I think she voiced Catwoman in Lego Batman.
I think she also did it in one of the animated, though, the actual drawn animated.
Keep lower. There we go.
I figured it out.
I agree, Mark. Fuck off. I agree.
Damn. I had no idea I could talk this much about Batman. I'm actually kind of amazed.
Well, we're kind of jumping back and forth between Batman and different topics. I'm having a lot of fun, Fumes. You doing good over there, buddy?
Great. I'm loving it, man.
Ugh.
I could do this all night, to be real.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
We might have to do this again, Fumes. Like, not like weekly or nothing, but totally got to do this again.
Yes. I mean, we could definitely like play like video game, like or video games that like reference movies or stuff like that. We can make it like super intricate like that to where we can focus on games and movies.
Yeah, Fumes, you're used to this, but I really want to thank everyone who's sitting around watching this, like, for real. Like, this is new territory for me and Rico, and I'm really appreciative of everybody.
I'm definitely appreciative of you guys too. I mean, you are all so nice and generous to actually just listen to us bullshit.
Wait a minute, Mark. I don't necessarily want to argue with you, but like your point's going against the end of Endgame, and that I need you to explain to me, because what they're doing now with the Falcon, which Rico, do you remember his character's name outside of the Falcon? Sam something?
Wilson.
Sam, well, thank you. Like
Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Anyone else? Whiteness is absolutely not an important part of their existence. See, Mark and I follow you 100. What's that?
I really don't want to fucking do this.
Well, I'm not trying to get deep into it, but he brought it up, so I want to see what he's trying to say.
Mark, goddamn you!
Damn it, Mark! How could you?
It's what he does. It's what we do.
You fucking super douche. All right, if you,
Fumes, did you see Tokyo Drift?
Did I see Tokyo Drift?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Third movie. Yeah, what about it?
No, just because like whenever I think of the phrase "that's what we do," it's when Han and DK are arguing. He's like, "Is this what we do?
This is what we do." Speaking of that series,
Mark, what I asked you was, I saw your point about Steve Rogers and Captain America having to be white, and my question to you was, because Endgame is handing the shield over to an African American, and Sam as the Falcon becoming Captain America, and I'm wondering why that's a problem.
Before we get an answer, we got stars from Francis Rivas.
Let's do it.
He's having a good time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Good. Thanks for the 150 stars, man. I got something for you. Hold on, let me pause the game so we don't miss the cutscene. It's not like we're listening to it anyways, but
right?
I got something for you. Okay, we back.
I never even saw it.
Oh,
there we go. It literally just hit my screen. That is a bigger delay than there was.
It's like it's a 15, 20-second delay.
Mark, okay, so to your thing, so you're only saying Steve Rogers can't be African American, but anyone else who wears the shield can be, as long as it's not Steve Rogers. I can go with you there. I'm with you there. I thought you had a problem with Captain America, the hero, being African American, which seemed odd for you because I know you well enough to know better. So, my bad.
Because what's his face? The guy is supposed to be taking over, no?
Right, and that's what I was just saying, Fumes. But he's saying, and I kind of agree with him, Steve Rogers himself shouldn't be African American, but if someone else is going to take over the shield and the mantle of Captain America, they can be African American as long as they're a different person, like Sam Wilson or anyone else. So I'm with you there, Mark. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I personally think that, like, the way that the characters were initially created, I think that they should stick with it, but, like, I don't personally think that there's anything wrong if they cast someone like of a different like ethnicity or color or whatever the case you want to like consider it. But like, you know, I get it. Like, I get why people make like a fuss about it, but why? You know?
Well, I mean, I think they want to have inclusion in all ways, but there's certain levels where I agree with you, Fumes. You kind of have to keep to the original concept, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it should stay as the original concept. But like, if somebody decides to change it, like, I'm not in control of that. You know, like, do it and I'll watch it. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Maybe it'll change my perception on, like, you know, like the original like look. You know? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Rico and I follow a podcast called Fat Man Beyond, and it's one of Kevin Smith's podcasts, but he co-hosts it with a guy named Mark Bernardin, who's an African-American writer, for those who aren't familiar with him. And he has always kicked around the idea of there being a black Batman. And I don't know how I feel about that. And it's not because I have a problem with race, but I just, to your point about origination, you know, like...
Yeah.
To be fair,
Stan
Lee did do a series of what if kind of comic books where he rewrote DC characters, and he actually made Batman black.
Right, I remember that. And I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I'm just saying that ultimately, like, my first thought would be like, I have to think about that. Like, you know, Miles Morales taking over as Spider-Man.
Just gonna say that. Yep.
Yeah,
I was just going to mention that.
I've got no problem with Miles Morales taking over, but I'm glad it's not Peter Parker as a Hispanic character. I'm glad it's a different character. Yeah. But I've got no problem with that character being Spider-Man. I'm actually very excited about that. And Fumes, to get it back to games for a minute, there's apparently some DLC coming for Spider-Man where Miles Morales, who's already in the game, is going to be a full-on playable version of himself as Spider-Man. And I'm very excited to play that.
I think new missions too.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. I don't know. Do you know when it's coming though? I haven't heard a date.
I don't. I could check.
I don't think there is one yet.
Gentlemen, I'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay.
Mark, I don't necessarily disagree with you about Batman as a black man making sense, but could you elaborate? Because I'm just curious about your perspective.
Batman as a black man makes a lot of sense, actually. I mean, and like, truth be told, like, put yourself in that predicament, like, just how you said, like, you don't mind that Miles Morales is, you know, like, taking over as the new Spider-Man. Like, that's kind of the same thing with, like, Batman. And, like, but think of the new Batman and Robin, like, comic book series, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that, I mean, isn't that, Dick Grayson now? Who's the new Batman?
I gotta be honest with you, like, I don't follow the comics as closely, Fume, so I don't know.
Gotcha. So basically Bruce Wayne's son is the new Robin, and then Robin, the original Robin, is the new Batman.
Okay, well, I know there was Damian Wayne, who I don't know if that's the Batman son you're talking about, but
I believe it's Damian Wayne. That's Robin, and Nightwing or Robin.
But that was Nightwing was Dick Grayson, so there's still white guys.
No. I get that. I'm not even talking about race at this point.
Oh,
like,
my
I'm
bad.
Just,
okay.
In general, like there's, you know, there's different people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah,
so,
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different person. So Miles Morales is a whole new Spider-Man. Yeah, sure. So he's a person of color, but like I don't find anything wrong with someone putting on the suit and being a different person. Like, I'm okay with that.
But even to that effect, and Fumes, I agree with you, just to preference for anyone listening, I agree 1,000%. But even Miles' suit wasn't the Peter Parker suit. It was his own version of Spider-Man's suit. It's got the spray paint. It's got the hood. Like, I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I actually like that it's that different. Just to jump in on Mark real quick, he said, I can see an interesting perspective on Batman as a black man. It'd take a lot of typing, though. Okay, that's fair. I respect that, Mark. No one was finding fault with your perspective. I just know that you have some really great insight. I wanted to hear what you had to say, but that's fair. But yeah, to you, Fumes, I like the fact that it's also different suits. Like, Into the Spider-Verse was a great example of that, actually.
Yes, definitely was.
Not just because Miles Morales was the primary character in the Earth 1 or whatever you want to call it, but
female Spider-Man character, like,
right.
It definitely ventured for sure.
I had a little bit of an issue with Peter Porker, the pig one, just because I thought it was
Peter Porker.
Just because I thought it was stupid, not because I had a problem with it necessarily. Do you know what I mean? And I wasn't a huge fan of the anime one, and I like anime, but I didn't connect with the character as much for some reason. But
yeah, but I mean, it's basically like you might not connect with it, but someone else will.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm not like shitting on it, but it just wasn't for me, you know. So
sure, understandable.
But it was a great, and the fact that they're making a sequel, and now they're talking about doing a live action version where it won't be Miles Morales, which I'm okay with because what they're talking about doing, and I don't think it's going to happen, but it is in like preliminary talks, would be Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland doing a version of it.
Yeah. Wait, they're actually doing that?
There's talk of it, and it's actually in negotiations. I don't think it's ever going to come to pass personally, but they're at least discussing it.
Yeah. I'm about to blow up. They're about to kill me.
Yeah, you are.
No.
The tanks are fucking... No. The tanks were the last thing I finished when I 100%ed the game. They were the hardest part for me.
No, I almost had it. No, I just needed the helicopter. No, ¿por qué?
You're the worst.
I'm the worst.
just messing with you, Fumes. Tyler, so what is your favorite non-side-scrolling, story-focused Mario game? Oh, okay. That's pretty easy for me, actually. That's Super Mario RPG. That is one of the best RPGs ever made.
Favorite non-side-scrolling, story-focused Mario game. I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go Mario 64. I had a lot of because I didn't have an N64, but I had like buddies that I would go over and I would always want to play that shit. It was so fucking fun.
I will say that, and Fumes, I would love your feedback on this. I think you and I have talked about this on a previous chat when I was not obviously on the stream with you, but I think Super Mario Odyssey might be the best 3D game since 64.
Oh yeah, Odyssey's great, man. Fantastic. It was built great. Like there's a lot of good, like collectibles and stuff like that. Like being able to collect all of the moons and whatnot. I think it was perfect.
I think a lot of people would argue. I know a lot of people that would argue Super Mario Sunshine is better.
See, I didn't really play Super Mario Sunshine like that. You know, like for me, I couldn't get into it. That's kind of like how the Galaxy games were for me. They were fun games. I just couldn't like commit to them.
Right, I hear you.
There was too much change to them.
No, I agree, and that's what I like about Odyssey. It kind of goes back to Rico's point of it, the old school with Mario 64. It's very similar to that game with updated graphics and some new features, but as a whole, it has the feels, Rico, to your point of Mario 64, and that's for us older nostalgic gamers. I think it gives you that love, and then for new gamers, it lets you experience the same excitement with updated graphics and features.
Yeah.
See, I actually, when I was a kid, I had a Super Nintendo, and I loved playing Super Mario Kart. So not N64 Mario Kart, but like old school Super Mario Kart.
Yeah.
That shit was fun for me. I also, it's going to sound really ridiculous now that I say it out loud, but like, I was kind of sensitive about Mario because I grew up Italian, and I mean, it's a ridiculous thing to joke about, but like, it did kind of bug me to be teased. Like, people would look at me and say, "It's a Mario," and you know, all that shit. It did bug me because I am and was very proud of my Italian heritage, but like, I don't give a fuck now. I laugh at Italians because we're fucking ridiculous, but like,
yeah, we are.
Back then, I was more sensitive to it, and so I played Mario, but I didn't obsess over it. I was more of because when I was a kid, I played Super Nintendo games, and my type of games was one called Sunset Riders.
Sunset Riders is a great game. Can I very quickly, Rico, jump in? That we asked a question on Mark's stream several months ago about what was the best Super Nintendo game ever made, and Sunset Riders was like top of the list for a lot of people.
It was definitely up there. Easily one of the hardest games, but you could still get better at it. That was the thing. There are those games that no matter how much you play, you can be annihilated every single time. Yeah. Especially in the older consoles. But Sunset Riders, you could get good at that game. There was also a couple Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games that I loved playing.
Turtles in Time and Turtles the Arcade game might be the two best Turtle games ever made.
Well, there was another one that it was like a Street Fighter style TMNT game on Super Nintendo. It was literally factioned like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, where you go to different arenas and fight other characters.
Mark, if you're here and you know that game, let us know, because I know you're like the game historian in the room.
I think it was called like Tournament Turtles. It was something Tournament was in it. And
do you know it, Fumes?
Tournament Fighter?
Maybe.
No, I don't.
Well, that was the fighting game, but then there was also Turtles in Time. There was
there was Turtles in Time. There's also one of my favorite arcade games. There's a couple. I definitely spent far too many fucking coins playing the Jurassic Park arcade game at Chuck E. Cheese's.
The shooter with the gun?
The shooter, and you're in the Jeep and you're bouncing and shit. That was insane. There was also the Star Wars arcade game. That was insane.
Can I jump in for a second? Because Fumes, you might remember these. Rico, you might just be too young, but I'm not sure. House of the Dead 2 ate up a whole fuck ton of my quarters. And then the other one was What's that?
Then Time Crisis.
Time Crisis. Yeah, I didn't play that as much, but yeah. And then Revolution X. It was an Aerosmith-based shooter.
Aerosmith-based.
Yeah.
Did your dude look like a lady?
No. But you you had to try to like. I'm trying to remember the exact concept, but like Aerosmith's concept was ruined by these like thugs, so you had to like go get the stuff back to get so Aerosmith could perform, and your special weapon was like a CD. Your gun would shoot CDs as a special weapon. Like it shot bullets for a normal thing, but your special weapon were these CDs that would like damage people.
Yeah. Well,
you actually just remind me of another one. There was a Super Nintendo Beavis and Butthead game.
Oh my god, it was so terrible.
Your sole purpose was to fucking you're trying to go to a Gwar concert.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Which I'm sure Maddie loved.
Maddie, I'm sure fucking loved that.
Yeah.
There was another like great game. It was impossible. Was Lost Vikings.
Yes, that was another one. So in that conversation I told you about on Mark's stream, Sunset Riders was number 1. Number 2 was Lost Vikings. Believe it or not.
I believe it. Both very good games, but that was what I was talking about. Like, you had to be strategic on that fucking game. If if one of your characters died, you had such a conniption fit, or at least I did.
You want to talk hard old school games. Again, Rico, you might be just too young for this, but I don't know. It was for the original Nintendo, and it was Bart Simpson versus the Space Mutants. It was the first Simpsons game ever, but it was so fucking hard.
Bart versus the Space Mutants on the NES was like such a great game.
It was, but it was hard as shit.
Oh, for sure.
What was even better and not nearly as fucking hard?
What?
The Simpsons arcade game.
Oh yeah. Yeah. For sure.
That shit. I still, I had a demo on PlayStation, and I'm so pissed I never bought the fucking
I did.
Thing. I know you fucking did.
I did.
I'm pissed about it. I want to fucking just God,
I wish Mark was still here because I feel like he's not listening, but the best arcade multiplayer game by far, hands down, X-Men. The original X-Men game in the arcade was the shit.
That's crazy. X-Men was pretty fun.
What other fucking games?
I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second.
Trying to think of trying to think what other games fucking were like my go-to when I was a kid. There was. I played Kirby. I played Donkey Kong. I had Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, and that could be really difficult. Like the scenes where you're on the.
I'm talking about those when I come back. Just saying.
Okay. What the fuck? The underground tunnels when you're on like the carts, like Indiana Jones going through the train tracks and shit.
Yeah.
That was hard as shit for me. But Donkey Kong was great. I had Super Mario and Super Nintendo. I had that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was like the staple, man. That Donkey Kong Country, and like I had Mortal Kombat 2. I had Maximum Carnage. I had some I still have them.
And then eventually I got to like. I got a PlayStation. There's some great early PlayStation 1 games. There's some great PS2 games. Like one of my favorite things is I have all these new games on the Xbox and the PS3 that I can play, but I love going retro. Like one of my favorite Star Wars games is not the new Battlefront or even the new Battlefront 2, and not even PS2 Battlefront 2, but like the first Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, number 1, I fucking love way more.
So you know what I enjoyed more than that? The PSP version of it. So the really cool thing about the PSP version of it was, obviously besides the fact that it's wireless, you'd be able to go around and like I was able to play with my friends through ad hoc. So you would just connect 2 PSPs together and play. Uh-huh. It was a blast, dude. It was so much fun.
Well, it's called Rogue Squadron. Is that what it's called?
No, that the one on PSP was Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was actually Battlefront 2.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's some great Star Wars games. There's also a plethora of not very good Star Wars games, but there was one. Force Unleashed was good. I liked the first one more than the second one. But there was Bounty Hunter, where you played as Jango Fett.
Jango Fett, yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun. It was hard as shit, but if you knew how to play it, it was a fun ass game.
Yeah. Tom says, "Remember when you gave away my PSP? Yeah, the one that I gave you for free. Yeah, no, I gave it to him. And
we're not getting in the middle of a family squabble here. That ain't happening.
My Batmobile's upside down, guys. No.
How did you? I don't think I've seen that yet.
No.
One thing I learned playing this is when you're driving on the ceiling, you gotta not like swerve as much as possible. You gotta gun it, and try and keep as straight as you can.
I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going now.
Rico, how did he get this far without doing one Riddler challenge? That's what I'm stunned about.
I think the Riddler hasn't come up yet. Like he's supposed to.
Did I not get out of this area? What the hell?
I saw it earlier.
There was one inside like a box, like it was like a trophy or something.
There's a bunch of those, yeah, but there's actually a section where you get like trapped by him, and the Catwoman's got like a fucking bomb around her neck.
I don't know. I legitimately do not know where I'm supposed to be going next.
It might say if you pause it. I don't remember.
Tom says, "I would help you, but you gave away my PSP."
Oh, really?
I'm about to boot him from my chat.
Kick him!
No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Don't get kicked. I'm gonna mute him for 15 minutes.
Tom,
can you do that for real?
Yeah, I can ban from page, ban from stream, or mute for 15 minutes, give feedback, or report this comment. I can delete it.
Rico, I stepped away, so I don't know if you saw this, but Caitlin mentioned something about Boondock Saints 3 is confirmed. She said she's a little nervous.
It's about goddamn time.
Okay.
Boondock Saints.
I didn't like them.
The first one was an amazing movie. The second one was good.
I didn't like them, so.
Okay, so I have to stop. I had to stop Scarecrow from blowing up Ace Chemicals. How do I stop him?
I don't remember. I really don't remember. It's been so goddamn long.
Does it really describe anything. It just tells me what my main objective is, but it doesn't tell me where it is.
You have to get to Ace Chemicals for starters.
I am in Ace Chemicals. Ace Chemicals is this
He
thing
is
right
there.
here.
Don't be a jerk. He's our host.
Yeah, don't be a jerk.
I'm not being a jerk. I'm trying to fucking help him out.
Tyler, I have to ask you first. I have a question to your question before I can answer. Do you consider Final Fantasy to be JRPG? Any of them, I mean.
I'd probably say I personally. It is Japan. Didn't it stem from Japan?
It did, but I'm wondering how Tyler's classifying, because there's some debate about those, so that's why I'm asking.
Tyler, I'll answer first. I have very little experience or even interest in Japanese.
Says yes.
In any Japanese role playing games. Automatically.
For me, Tyler, then it's Final Fantasy 3/6 because it was originally released in America as 3 and then ultimately changed to 6 because of the releases in Japan. That's probably my favorite JRPG.
If there was ever a Lego game that was Japanese RPG, then I'd probably like that one. Put it that way.
There won't be a Lego JRPG.
Okay, well there you go. That's my answer.
There you go. Rico is what I would call more of a casual gamer, and I don't mean that in any kind of derogatory kind of way, but he just doesn't deep dive into the games like the JRPGs and whatnot. What's that, FuMZ?
I said it, which is fine. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
My thing with gaming is that I like the games I like. I do like all the Lego games. I like the Batman Arkham games. I like the Assassin's Creed games before they got bad.
Before they turned into RPGs, because they did it with Origins.
I'm not a big RPG. The only RPG I was really actually into was like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Coder,
right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's still a different form of RPG, because in FuMZ, would you agree that fits more into like a Skyrim type of RPG?
Yeah.
But see, that's the irony is I own Skyrim, never played it.
Yeah, I think you would like it though. If you like Knights of the Old Republic, see, you like Knights of the Old Republic probably because it's Star Wars based.
Right.
So if you can get past the Star Wars based, the gameplay is very similar, but it's not Star Wars based. Yeah.
Steph says, no, go back up there. You'll remotely use the Batmobile to operate the lift, unless that's later for a different storyline. Well, all right, that's awesome. I mean, she's helping, but it's hard to.
Have
a conversation and do this.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that I can't keep it streaming on my laptop. I have to look on my tablet because for whatever reason it keeps freezing on my laptop.
No, it's just in general, like I think Facebook is very wonky when it comes to like being able to stream this stuff. I mean, truth be told, I think I'm about ready to call it wraps just because I'm getting kind of tired. I might need to get some rest.
Oh, if you gotta go, FuMZ, we can, whatever.
But I mean, honestly, like guys, like I think we should probably do this more often than
for sure.
That.
Absolutely.
You guys are. We can figure something out. We could definitely plan out like what we would be playing, why, and then maybe like obviously figure out some ideas behind the full stream.
Well, for first run, I think we did pretty good.
Again, agreed. Before we all bounce, anybody have any other questions?
Real quick before we jump out.
Wrap up questions, guys.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you to everybody who's been here, whether you were here the whole time or you popped in for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter. Thank you for coming.
If you looked at Ugly Mugs talking about Batman for fucking 4 hours, then you are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, let's see.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, for real. Thanks for coming. As you always say, we really appreciate your time. So, and if you look, FuMZ, I don't mean to be like advertising, but I got to give Mark some love here. If you want to check out Mark and hear some more of his thoughts and see some really unique games, because he tends to play these like games that people haven't heard of, but I mean that in the best possible way. Go over to Twitch and check out Mark B. Writing, all one word. Check him out. He's got a great stream. He streams every Friday and Saturday night.
Hold on, I don't mean to interrupt. Mark, throw your link on the page or on the stream. I'll be happy to like, what do you call it?
Pin it.
Pin it.
Yep.
Yeah, pin the comment. I can pin the comment. So if you want to put that on there, man, throw it on there.
And if anybody on here wants to add me on Facebook, by all means, go for it. Send me a friend request. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at RantsRico.
Yeah, and follow PodAskew too, please. PodAskew on Facebook and at PodAskew, all one word, on Twitter. Subscribe anywhere you get your podcasts. We put episodes out every week. Rico will back me up. We are adamant about every week getting something out to you guys. So
and when we don't, we make up for by putting out extra content.
Yes.
Like if we miss 1 week, you're gonna get 3 episodes one time.
Yeah, you are for real. So
That's
but yeah, Fumes, thank you for having us, man. You house this party for real. So I mean,
thank you for the idea. I mean, I really think that this can go nothing but up with positivity, because I feel like this idea is great, and I like the communication while I'm playing a game.
Agreed.
I think it's going to be fun, and I think people can definitely interact with it and enjoy it.
Agreed. It was just a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll get to do it again soon.
Yes, agreed.
So,
all right,
Fumes, you want to do your we don't have a normal ending, so do yours, and we'll call it a night.
Yes. So, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out today. It was fun. We had some Batman experience going on. We hung out with PodAskew, CJ, and Rico. But as usual, guys, I'm your host, Fumes. Thank you so much for hanging out. Peace!
CJ here with a few thank yous and to let you know how you can get in touch with and follow the show and us. Listen to us on the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, or anywhere else you find your podcasts. Please don't forget to rate and comment. PodAskew is a member of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Visit their website, bigheadsmedia.com, and follow them on Twitter at BigHeadsMedia. If you want to agree with or yell at us, follow Rico, me, and the show on Twitter. The show is at PodAskew, Rico is at RantsRico, and I'm at M_Blade. We want to thank logo designer and show friend Mike for his work on our wonderful logo. You can contact him for artwork via email at logomike80@gmail.com. That's logomike80@gmail.com. Thank you to Samuel Lemons for all original music on the show, especially our theme music. You can find Sam on Twitter at Samuel Lemons, all one word, and his music on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Samuel-Lemons. Finally, our biggest thank you is to you, everyone, for listening. Rico and I really appreciate your time and look forward to bringing you another episode soon.
This is how it happened. This is how the Batman died.
Damn it! PodAskew. PodAskew. PodAskew.